If you're someone who procrastinates, my piece of advice for you is to be present when you find yourself in moments of procrastination. When you are in moments of procrastination, you are not being present because you are up in your head thinking about whatever it may be that is taking away your attention focus and distracting you from what you want to be present in. When you are present in the task that you are aiming to focus and put your energy towards, you will not have all the distractions up here and around you that are leaving you with procrastination. Procrastination takes your mind in a million different directions, while being present leaves you with one, which is the present moment. If you feel like you're procrastinating and you can't stay present, remind yourself how much time you truly do have, and that time is in the palm of your hands. You are giving your time away when you are focusing on all the distractions that procrastination brings. You will see how time is truly in the palm of your hands when you begin to be more present in your task that you are aiming to put your energy and focus towards. When you're procrastinating, remind yourself that you don't need to be focusing on any of these things that are distracting you from what you are wanting to accomplish. These are distractions, and they are here as roadblocks for you to get through and to accomplish what you are aiming to accomplish. Being present will get you there to accomplish what you truly want to do, because you won't be thinking about the past or future. You will be in the present, accomplishing the task that you have sat down or stood up, whatever it may be, to do. Being present takes away all the distractions because there is no distraction in the present moment. The present moment is full of focus, attention, and energy instead of being pulled away in A, B, C, or D directions. There is a lot of peace, calmness, and serenity in the present moment, which can help you get your tasks done instead of feeling super chaotic and like you're being torn in a million different directions. If you feel like you're procrastinating something and being super distracted in your head, take a deep breath or multiple deep breaths. Remind yourself how capable you are of completing this and how you have so much room, time, energy, attention, focus, potential, capability, strength. I could keep going. You got all the qualities you need to do this. The last step is you deciding that you're ready. You don't need to fix anything. All you need to do is love things. And no matter what this thing may be, positive, negative, good, or bad, it is serving you. And if it's not serving you, drop it and let go of it. When you begin to love things, things will begin to even out and solve themselves because of the purity that you are coming from within yourself. You don't need to go around trying to fix anything, because it all starts with love. Remember that your eyes can tell lies, your ears can accept fears, and what comes out of your mouth counts. If you ever feel like your 3D world is out of your control, close your eyes and go into your internal world. There is so much to explore and adventure internally. There is so much for you to see and learn about yourself. Our 3D world can feed us lies. The truth will always be found within yourself. One piece of advice I have for anyone out there who's ever feeling stuck in their life is to create a lesson. Life is full of lessons and they come naturally to you, but you can also self-induce these lessons and learn new things and create new opportunities in your own life for yourself. Whether that be going out into the world and trying something new, learning something online, or even just internalizing your own growth will benefit you, and you can create many lessons with your own two hands and mind and body. If you're feeling stuck and want to try creating a lesson, you will see how this creates movement in your life and how it will shake up this stillness that you're in. And who knows if this lesson that you decide to embark on will lead you in a direction that leads you less stuck and on a path that you feel truly great doing. You never know what's out there for you, and you never know how it can impact your life. So if you're feeling stuck, go out there in your life and your world and try to shake things up a little and learn something new. Lessons are such a great opportunity for growth and can show you so many new perspectives that you may have not even seen before. What you learn from lessons could change your entire life and outlook on life. So if you're feeling really stuck or hopeless, go and learn something and start changing your mind. When you are truly confident in yourself and in the world, people may try to humble you. People will try to dim your light because they want to shine and they don't think we can all shine. Remember that other people's insecurities will be speaking for itself, and your confidence never needs to say a word. Your confidence doesn't even need to tell these people that they're insecure. Anyone who tries to humble you or tell you that your confidence is cockiness is most likely living in their own insecurity and fear and dimming their own light. I've come from a very rough background of self-hatred, so when people take a hit on my confidence, I know to not take this as an offense because I understand the insecurity that these people are living through. And other people's insecurities should not affect your confidence because that would be you lowering yourself and your vibration to people who hate themselves. Stay shining and light in your confidence because that is something you truly deserve when it's something you have truly created for yourself from the bottom up. People may misunderstand your confidence, but that's okay because your confidence will always be there to give love. You can love yourself so much that you don't care what other people think or say about you. The love that you have and can cultivate for yourself will keep you up anytime someone tries to bring you down. You and the love that you have for yourself are not the fears or insecurities that other people may be acting through. When other people live or act through their fear and insecurities, they aren't living for themselves. They are people-pleasing because deep down inside, they don't feel pleased with themselves unconditionally. To love yourself, you don't have to please anyone. To love yourself, all you have to do is please you and love you. Remember how self-love is untouchable and fear is chaotic. Your insecurities can and will get you far. You may be wondering what and how. You may find yourself hating your insecurities right now for whatever they are and may be. Something that we aren't taught in school is that your fears and insecurities are a map leading you to your happiness and love. Living through and inside your fears and negativity is like your before stage. Like you as the caterpillar. When you take the time and energy to go inward, this is like going inside your cocoon. And getting to know, becoming more aware of, loving, accepting, and even letting go of these fears and insecurities are what is transforming you into the beautiful, colorful, vibrant butterfly. And remember how butterflies don't fly around looking at caterpillars saying, ha 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 ha, you're a loser. Butterflies continue to show and spread their colorful vibrancy into the world. Butterflies show caterpillars what they can be to inspire them for change. Your insecurities and fear show you all of your positive potential and the unconditional love that you truly do possess deep down inside for yourself and the entire world. Hey guys, here's your daily reminder that you can't heal wrong. And in fact, everything you do in your life is healing and is leading you towards your ultimate unconditional self-love and love for the entire world. We come to this planet to heal. And whether you are intentionally healing or not, your soul and your intuition is leading you to healing. Even if you feel like you're in pain, your pain is healing you. And your pain is leading you to higher levels of healing and unconditional love for yourself and others. Even if you feel like you may be going through some setbacks or roadblocks, these are not stopping you from your healing, and they are only going to elevate you to higher levels of healing and unconditional love. There is no wrong way to heal. You are always exactly where you are meant to be and doing what you are meant to be. Even if you feel like you're doing something wrong, it is leading you and teaching you to the things that are going to make you feel right. Trust in this process and path of healing, and if you feel like you want to start taking a different path or be healing in different ways, you can do so. Keep listening or start listening more to your intuition and heart, and know that you are healing. No matter what you are doing, you are healing. Even if you are hurting or spreading out hate into the world, this is all ultimately leading you to health. Remember how loving yourself can sometimes look like letting other people down. Remember that loving yourself should be your main priority and importance. Putting yourself on your pedestal and keeping yourself there is how worthy you are. Other people, whether you let them down or however they feel about you loving yourself, is something for them to live out in their life. We have all been let down, and we have all been hurt before. We have all been shown how this has made us stronger, and know that anyone you feel like you may be letting down or letting go, they will rise again, and by you loving yourself, they are going to be finding a path of loving themselves without you. What do you want in life? How are you going to get there, and why do you want it? You can get yourself exactly where you want to be, and in fact, you already are exactly where you want to be. You are exactly where you want to be because you are at the starting point for wherever you want your destination to be. You are at exactly where you are meant to be, and you are at the right place in your life. You are here exactly at the right place at the right time, and it's time for you to start believing in that. Because once you start believing in this, you will be able to pick yourself up and start moving forward and hauling forward and taking the steps and actions forward to get you to the destinations that you desirably want to be in. You are exactly where you are meant to be and where you want to be, because you wouldn't be able to get to your destinations if you weren't here right now. When you feel like you are somewhere where you don't want to be, this is an illusion, and these are your emotions tricking you that you are dissatisfied with your life. Your life in this moment is satisfaction. Your perception is what's telling you it's not, and what is telling you that you aren't where you're meant to be and that you aren't where you want to be. If you really don't feel like you are where you want to be, get up and move, and you will see how you were exactly where you were meant to be and wanted to be, because it got you to where you wanted to be. Okay guys, this could sound a little complicated, but I know that you guys are hanging in there with me, and I know that you guys are picking up and following along. So, understand that we are all where we are meant to be, and where we want to be. And if you don't feel like you're where you want to be, you can change your perception of this and accept where you are. And in fact, if you start believing that you are where you want to be, you will start loving where you are more, and you will start being able to create things that you truly love more in these moments where you don't feel like you are where you want to be, because you will have changed your perception, and now you'll be feeling and loving, coming from a heart space of loving where you are, no matter where you are, because you know that you are exactly where you were meant to be at every single moment in time, and that it is getting you to your points of elevation, your points of growth, your points of renewal, your points of strength. Everything that is happening to you right now, and exactly where you are right now, is so meant for you. It's meant for each and every single one of us. And once we can trust in this more, we can let go and start allowing the universe to bring more into our own lives, and to start receiving more from ourselves in our lives. So you are exactly where you're meant to be, and trust in it. Call in your heart and start talking to your heart and yourself and your own intuition if you want to get somewhere else, okay? The possibilities are endless, and the destinations are available, guys. Your feet are ready to be moving, and your mind is ready to be thinking, guys. Think big. Okay, guys, stick with me for this one. I had a vision of this pool. And this person jumping into this pool. When this person jumps into this pool, they are paddling, doggy paddling at first. They're getting a little tired, but they see a floaty in the distance, and they start swimming over to this floaty. And they latch onto the floaty, and they are able to rest, and they're so blessed that they get to hold on to something and let their weight down and not feel like they're completely the only one holding themselves up and keeping themselves afloat above the surface of the water. This vision does not end here. This person is so grateful and blessed for the assistance and awareness of being held up and not in this all alone in the vast water, because now this is not a pool. Now a pathway opens up, and a stream, a river is pointing in a direction, and this floaty in person begins to float down this stream. This shows how this person is not controlling where they are going in every single aspect and in every single way. This person is accepting the flow, and in fact they're enjoying it, because beautiful scenery and nature begins to pop up around, and even some land as well. And this person's really being able to sit back and relax and go with the flow, instead of trying to paddle and keep their head afloat and feel like they're so unsafe. They were able to relax and realize that this is a huge ocean, but they are not in this ocean alone. They just need to look around sometimes and be able to accept and let go and take the weight off the shoulders themselves, instead of trying to think that there's some special key to getting rid of all their stress. The key is to let go and relax. Your stress is not your enemy. Your stress can help you if that's what you want it to do. You are able to find good things anywhere you go, and you can see good things in anything. This person could have started screaming and struggling when they jumped into this pool initially. Maybe they didn't even know how to swim, but they did not let their fears get the best of them. They remained calm, and the universe, God, they held faith, and God held faith in them, and now they're floating down a stream. Who knows? Maybe they're in Hawaii by now. Maybe they're in the Galapagos Islands, guys. I don't know, but I know that they're enjoying their life because they didn't feel like they had to control every single aspect, and they just let it go. Live like this person, guys. Live like this person. Fear. Be fierce every single day in facing your fears with confidence. You don't have to stick a perfect landing your first few attempts or even at all. In fact, don't put so much pressure on yourself while facing your fears to be perfect. We must use our bravery when facing our fears. Facing our fears helps us fear less of our falls. And the more you fall, the less scary and uncomfortable it will be. Your skin will start to toughen up, and your fear won't be so impactful in your movement forward in life. Instead of falling, you won't even perceive it as that anymore. You will see it as moving through your fears. And when you start to move through these, you will see how you can leave them behind with past old versions of you who have been controlled by your fears. And you will be able to become more aware of how you have been controlled by your fears and how they have been blocking you from your true mental freedom. I said to face your fears confidently. If you don't feel the confidence, find it. And if you can't find it yet, fake it. A tip I have for being confident while facing your fears is to accept. Accept so that you can feel as ready as you will ever be for whatever the outcome may be. Even if you don't receive your highest desired outcome initially, you don't have to accept this. You can keep moving through your fears. You may get a few scrapes along the way, or hell, even a really bad injury. Our fears can feel like they're hurting us, but they can also show and tell us what life is all about. Our fears are what set us free. Our fears don't hate us. In fact, our fears have fears of their own, and our fears fear themselves. The only way to help our fears out in accepting themselves is to show them what they truly are and face them. We can show our fears that they are safe and we are safe even if we fall. When you get back up each and every single time, you are picking your fear up with you. Your fear wants you to accept and love it. No matter who you are right now in this second, you deserve love. If you don't feel like you're getting love, I love you, okay? I don't know you. I don't have to know you. You don't have to know me because I'm sending you love. So try to close it off all you want. Too bad it's getting in and it's seeping through every single hole and crevice and crack, okay? Because love is all powerful, almighty, and it will burst and break through any single door, lock, bomb. It will annihilate anything that comes in its way. Love is not to be messed with when love has good intentions behind it, okay? Love yourself. I know that this video started in a little bit of a different note, but this video is now going to pick up and go to another level. So, okay, side note, I can give and send you love, but shh. That doesn't mean like we have to be friends or best friends. Or it doesn't mean that I want to hang out with you and talk to you. I send love to everyone in the world, and no matter who you are that is watching this, you have my love. And if you don't think that you have any love, you now have my love. And do you remember how I was telling you how powerful love is, especially when it has good intentions behind it? And if you want to know a little secret, let me let you in on something. My love has pure intentions behind it, because I'm not here spreading fake love, okay? Okay? This is no fake love here. This is no fake love here. Don't listen. The only fake love is Drake's song, okay? Okay? Okay, and you know what? You do not only deserve love from me. Well, honestly, you might not even deserve love from me. But you deserve to love yourself. So go and love yourself, my people, my mans, my mamas, my muffins, my whatever you want to be. Whatever you want to be, go love yourself. And if you don't think that you love yourself, go find something that you love and hold it up next to your face and yourself and look at it and say, "We are each other. I love you. So I must love something of me." And then, I don't know why, but I just like pictured a donut. So like, if you like donuts, go get a donut. Chocolate sprinkles. Enjoy your day, guys. Take care of yourself and love yourself. That's number one, okay? Don't be lazy too. I have a lot of messages. I also think I have ADHD, which is why I think it's kind of hard for me to make these videos. So, but it's not really hard. It's just sometimes hard for me to stay on track. But yeah, I could talk a little more, but I'm just gonna end it here because that's 3 minutes. Bye. It is safe for us to love. Love tricks us sometimes because love is always here to uplift us and make us stronger and wiser. We can think that love is making us weaker and pushing us down. When you are living through love, you will be elevating yourself and getting yourself stronger, because even through the tough moments, you are experiencing and teaching yourself how to persevere and the true strength and worthiness that you are just by being and by living. When you are living, you are love, and it is completely safe to love, because love may feel like it leaves you empty-handed or with less sometimes, but a loving awareness and mindset does not leave you this way. What will leave you that way is a lack mindset. People can get love and lack mixed up, even though they seem completely different sometimes. Generally, they actually can get switched up pretty easily, and people can mistake lack for love. But truly, love is always here to uplift us and inspire us more to keep going and putting more positivity towards ourselves and others. It is always safe for you to be positive and to be loving. And if people want to reject you for this, don't take it personally. Be centered in your own heart, because it is safe to love yourself and live through your heart and your truth of your heart. And remind yourself that not everyone wants to be living through love and these high vibrational ways of being. You do not need to allow these people to affect your peace and your personal peace and personal power, personal presence, personal energy, personal space. Remind yourself how it is safe for you to love, even if other people do not want to accept your love. Keep more love ready for yourself, and keep putting the love into yourself, because it is so safe to love you and yourself. Love does not leave us with less. Love always leaves us with more to put into our cup. Ask yourself what you think love and lack may have in common, where they may be in your life, and where you may get them a little confused, because it happens to the best of us, guys. And don't get down on yourself when you feel like you're having a hard time. Remember that you can love instead of lack. You guys got it. You guys have all the love you need. You guys are full to the brim of love, and it may be going overboard a little, but not like the Titanic, right? There was a point in time in my life where I could list down every single body part and thing on my body and list about 20 things I hated about each one. I have made immense strides and progress forward in my journey of self-love, and it has helped me want to help anyone else out there who has found themselves in similar situations of extreme self-hatred. Our beauty standards in the world today and put on girls create hatred, but this hatred is an opportunity for you to learn your love. Personally, I think that girls need to take more accountability for these standards. I know that we did not create these, and we are being hurt by them. We are hurting ourselves through this, though, because there are so many girls out there who continue to spread hatred to one another, and this honestly saddens me so deeply, because we as women are meant to be here to uplift and stand with each other. We are meant to show each other our beauty, and if a girl next to me doesn't see her beauty, I want to be able to help her see it, because I see it in her. I think women need to start taking more accountability for other women. This could sound weird, and you may not want to take accountability for other women, but I think that as a woman, we should be working towards loving women more. There seems to be this weird competition between women in society, because they want to be better than one another, and they want to get the guy, they want to be the most liked, they want to have the most followers, whatever you find yourself and your situations to be in. Women do not need to put this above our worth as women. Women are placing such unnecessary materialistic ideals of life above their own love for their own selves. And this makes me really sad, because this shows the lack of love that women have in society today because of the standards that are put onto them. I know that women would not have these beauty standards created or in action if they did not want them to. We cannot change this. We are not going back in time and creating a whole new way of history. What we can do moving forward is create new history, though. And what we can do as women is to start loving each other and standing up for each other. When you see a woman hating on another woman, you can step in and be the voice for the women, for every woman, for even the girl who is expressing self-hatred and insecurity. Love the women who are even deprecative towards other women, because the only way we are going to learn how to love one another is by accepting and loving one another as we are right now. I think women need to start loving and accepting one another way more, and once we do this, we will be able to stand together in more unity as women. If you're someone who wants to make a difference in the world but doesn't know where to start, a great place to start is you in your own life. When you create changes internally inside your own life, you will be creating a ripple effect towards the people around you, atmosphere around you, anywhere you go. If you want to create change in the world but don't know where to start within yourself, because that is the foundation of how you interact with the world and how the world sees you. All of your perceptions, everything that you run into in life, everything that you have learned in life is an opportunity for you to learn even more and to go into even more depth about yourself and who you are. When you learn more about yourself and all these identities that you have picked up in your life, you can start to uncover the true person that you want to be in this world, who could possibly be wanting to spread more love and happiness and positivity into the world. I know that's something that I try to do and something I have relearned through uncovering my old masks and identities that I identified with. When you want to create change in the world, creating change in yourself is an awesome place to start, because you will inevitably be changing the world by changing yourself. You are a part of the world, and you will realize how important you are in the world when you start changing yourself. You will also start to see how when you make your own positive changes in yourself and your life, other people around you will start to be inspired when you continuously show that you are continuously changing and working on improving yourself in your life. You will naturally become an inspiration to other people in changing themselves and overall be changing the entire world. If you want to change the world, start by changing yourself, guys. It's a big ripple effect, and don't forget how valuable you are. And this really shows your worth and power in this world, because just by changing internal things about yourself, you can be changing the entire scope and grand scheme of things in the world. You never know how much of a huge impact your smaller actions that you may even forget about have on people in their lives. Remember to spread your message into this world, whatever your message may be, and whatever sort of changes you want to see in the world. Whatever changes you want to see in the world, start putting into yourself and your own life, because this will help you work towards making this a movement for you putting into the world, and whatever sort of scale you want to have this change on. And when you begin changing yourself, you will begin making yourself more ready for the position and role that you are leading yourself to. If you want to make change in the world, you have this calling for a reason. So listen to yourself and stand true inside of your truth of you wanting to make change, and make change within you. This is where it all begins and starts. When life gives you lemons, we make lemonade. When life gives you lemonade, be grateful, because people do not receive simple, sweet lemonade every single day. And you know what? You can actually decide and choose what life's lemonade really looks like for you, because life's lemonade can be anything. So choose to see the positive, guys. Choose to create the sweetness in the sourness, and drink your big tall glass of lemonade. We as humans actually have the capability to summon our own feelings. Everything we want in life is dictated by the feeling we want to feel from the experience. We all just want to feel better, and you have the opportunity and chance to feel better every single second of any single day. You don't need to have a specific material item or material 3D visual experience to feel and summon the emotions that you want to feel better. Anytime you want to feel better, you can always go inside of yourself. Take a moment to turn off everything that's telling you your life isn't okay, you aren't enough, you aren't okay, and you can summon the feeling of peace and serenity, if that's what you want. You can summon the feeling of motivation and inspiration and more energy to go up and do a workout or do whatever you have that you want to be doing to feel better and to improve yourself and your life. You have the power to give the meaning that you want to your experiences, and the meaning that you give it and the intentions you put into your life will be working with the feelings that do summon and that are subconsciously summoned. You can go more into your own subconscious mind and see maybe where these feelings of not feeling okay, feeling down, low vibrational energies overall, where these are coming from inside of you in your heart, mind, body, and soul. When you want to start summoning more positive, high vibrational feelings, you can do this at any single second. You are so powerful because you hold all these high vibrational feelings inside of yourself at every single moment. You are always available to switch your vibration and to become into more alignment with you in your highest, truest self, which will be feeling good no matter the circumstance, because it knows that you are okay and you do not need to be something else. You are exactly where you need to be right now. And when you can let go, drop, and surrender to that truth, you won't feel like you need to feel whatever it is that any material circumstance will give to you, because these feelings that will keep you fulfilled and happy come from within you, and those are the ones that can't be taken away. Anyone could take away any sort of material gain that you get. You could lose it, you could throw it away, you could not want it. What you will always be able to have and be stabilized and grounded in are your own feelings that you conjure, you create, you decide. I'm not saying to try and push away all of your negative feelings just to feel better, because we're not about toxic positivity over here. We're about feeling our emotions, processing them, letting them go, but knowing that you have the power to summon whatever feelings you want. Remember this, because you are powerful. If you find yourself to be in a point in time in your life or phase where you feel like life is pointless, you don't want to live it, you're purposeless, and it's meaningless, listen to this. When you're in moments like this, remind yourself to not base your entire life off of this one moment. What is this one moment in the true grand scheme of things? Are you allowing these moments to keep you down or to teach you growth? What are these one moments teaching you? Are you selling yourself short and telling yourself that you're weak, when really you know you're strong, because this wouldn't be happening to you and you wouldn't be handling it like you are if you weren't so strong? You may think or wish to handle situations differently, and you may feel weak by the way that you are handling situations in your life. This is not the truth whatsoever. The truth is that all the hard things that are happening to you because you can overcome them. You are strong enough to overcome whatever comes into your life. Try to not base your entire life off of these moments or phases in your life where you feel like life sucks and is miserable. In fact, you could choose to look at this as a positive sign, because if you are going down on the roller coaster ride, this means that your come up is on the rise. Remind yourself of the natural flows and waves of life, and that you should flow with the current, and that your waves are taking you to your treasure island. The ship might not seem like super smooth sailing right now, but it is getting you to the well-established, well-trained sailor that you are meant to be. Be patient with yourself and with the universe or life, God, whatever you trust and believe in during these times in your life, because they are always next to you and evolving with you. When you are going through these moments, you are evolving, you are growing, you are gaining new levels of knowledge and wisdom through your hardships. You are learning how to triumph, you are learning that you are strong enough, you are learning that you are patient enough, you are learning how much willpower, determination, and resilience you have always had. You are showing yourself that you are the things you tell yourself you aren't, the positive, high vibrational things that you truly know you are. These moments do not define you, because look at your bigger picture. Your bigger picture is so much bigger than these little specks and dots inside of your life experience. Use these as catalysts for your positive action and positive momentum in life. When you act with and through more positivity, you will be receiving more positivity, not only because the universe will be handing that to you because that is what you are giving out to the universe, but because that is what you are feeling within you. And when you feel positivity and love within inside yourself, even in the hardest of moments, or you remind yourself of the things you do have to be grateful for and positive for, even if they seem super small and minuscule and meaningless in these moments, they do make a huge impact. So remind yourself that these small moments where you feel horrible do not define you in any single way. They are catalysts, and you are moving the building blocks and creating the building blocks of your life through these hardships into your beautiful palace and tower of amazingness. You learn when you ask. You can learn anything from yourself. Ask yourself, and if you don't have the answer right away, you aren't ready for the answer right away, but it will come to you in due time. Your answer might not be exactly what you were looking for. It might not be direct. It may seem like a little bit of a riddle that you have to figure out and uncover. This is showing you how there is not always one correct answer. and how answers do have varying interpretations. You get to make the meaning out of the answers that you receive. You may have received a B+ on your math test and someone else may have received a C. The person who has a C could have had a more positive answer to their assessment. What you are given to how you respond is up to you. You have the freedom to ask and be curious about whatever questions you do towards yourself, towards others, towards the nature of life, towards whatever it may be for you. Ask these questions so that you can see what the answer is. Fall back into the trust of your own mind and intuition. You have all the answers that you need and want. If you don't know how you're going to get somewhere or you're wondering how you could, ask yourself and then follow your path. Your mind has a trail of answers leading you to exactly whatever you want inside your mind. You will never know the answer if you don't ask. Even if you don't want to go out into the world and ask other people answers to questions, you always have yourself to ask and to answer. There is so much untouched knowledge inside each and every single one of our minds. They say we use less than 5% of our human brains. I don't know the exact statistic, guys. Think about all of the knowledge, wisdom, love, potential, answers, questions inside of these parts of your mind that you have yet to explore and reach and venture. Take a walk in your own mind, take a nice stroll, and get curious about your life. Get curious about your past, get curious about your present, get curious about your future. Wonder what time it is. Wonder where you're going to be tomorrow, how you're going to get the job you want, how you're going to get the internal state of being that you want, and what sort of steps you're going to take to get there, what sort of motivation you're going to need. Ask yourself what you need when you need something, and listen to it. Try to differentiate, though, between something you want to hear and something that you are meant to hear. Okay? Do not have a conversation going back and forth with your ego about maybe well, what do I want? And then you say something like, I want $1 billion. Let's start smaller maybe, but stay thinking big, guys, and always remember that you have the answers to every question. And if you want $1 billion, $1 billion, you can get there. Just start taking the steps, guys. You got it. So I just found out that flowers can actually open and close their petals depending on what temperature they're receiving and how much light. Flowers are doing this to actually take care of themselves. This really reminds me of humans and how at times we can close off, shut off, spend time alone, turn ourselves down, turn our energy levels down to recuperate and re-energize ourselves. This shows how similar we truly are to flowers. And these flowers do not rush. They take their time, they close, they take care of everything they need to internally, through their roots, through the ground, through the sunlight, through the temperature. They make sure that they are at a good homeostasis and relaxed and calm. And then they can open back up to the temperature and light that they are ready to receive. This really reminds me of humans because at times we are forced to, or it feels like we're forced to, or by choice involuntarily, we can close ourselves off, close our eyes, close ourselves off from the world, and take some time to go internally into our own selves to take care of who and what we are. We can't just be open and free at all times. And if we are, this will run us dry and we can turn into a very frail flower. We must take care of ourselves, and to take care of ourselves, we must take time off to rest and to reevaluate the aspects of ourselves that we could be putting more love, attention, care into. Flowers of our world give themselves a lot of TLC, and they're showing us that we deserve to give ourselves the exact same treatment. Our flowers and the beautiful nature in this world listen to themselves, and they trust in themselves and what they need for themselves. So feel free enough to do the exact same thing for you, because you are just as free as these flowers, as these plants. You are as free as them to do whatever you want for your own well-being when you need to take care of yourself. Remember how there aren't other flowers or other plants telling each other that they need to be doing whatever it is, and they need to be social and be outgoing and be an image of a flower that we see online. Remember how the flowers love how every single one of them that does closes and takes their time to re-love themselves. We shut off the external world and open up into our internal world is when we pour a lot of love into ourselves, because we aren't giving away all of our love to the world, and we aren't feeling drained by all of the hatred and negativity in the world and in ourselves. When we open our eyes inward, we become aware of the love, positivity, and even negativity that we hold inside. And when we close our eyes is when we can transform and see what we want to transform, how we transform, what sort of lives we are truly living, and the environment we are truly in. And when you're ready again, you can open your eyes and remind yourself of the beautiful, flourishing, healthy, nurtured, nutritious flower that you are and will be. You matter because you were born. People may think that there is X amount of things you need to do to be worthy or capable or useful to this world. Matter of fact is, you being born shows you how useful, capable, and worthy you are. Think about that diagram in your head of those millions of sperm that are swimming through the guys, whatever the sperm comes from. You made it. You won the race, bro. You already beat TK, bro. You already did the dash, bro. You already won the race, okay? There isn't somewhere you need to be. You have reached your destination. What if that's the message? You have already reached your destination. Your peace, your love, your harmony, your joy, your release of love, your release of fear is here and in this moment. You are not going to find where you feel like you matter in the past or future. You may have memories of good feelings and good times where you felt uplifted, but you will always matter in this present moment. Even if you feel like forces, people, peers, strangers are putting onto you feelings of unworthiness or distractions from you and your truth of mattering and being enough just for being alive and making it to where you are today. These people do not need to be a part of your life and your existence. Ask yourself what is making you feel like you matter, and keep those aspects in your life. Remove what makes you feel like you do not matter. It takes strength. It takes you working through fear to get rid of what you know does not serve you and your highest purpose in life. Continue to put love into your own heart, and knowing that you matter, and knowing that you being here today and being a human being makes you worthy of your dreams and your life. So go ahead and go start working at that, because you truly matter. Go start putting in the work. Keep putting in the work. If you've been doing it, it is going to pay off, and you are here for a reason. You have reached your freaking destination of life. You are here. You are you. And that is all you need to be. That is all you need to be and do to matter and be worthy in this world. Anyone who tells you that you need to be more, or that you need to be something that you aren't to be worthy, is not part of you and your truth. Allow anyone who tries to tell you that you don't matter, allow these people to continue living out their life. And you are allowed to refocus, recenter, and rematter in your own life. Okay, guys? You freaking matter. You matter so much, and you matter to me if you don't matter to yourself. We each go through death and rebirth every single day. Every single second, matter of fact. We have the option to change, reinvent, recreate, and redevelop our lives and selves in whatever way we want to for our own highest well-being in lives and experiences. You have the option to be reborn every single second, but you also have the option to relive in your pasts and old experiences that you want to grow and evolve from. To shed these layers and skins, you must get bigger. You must learn more. This is not saying that you aren't enough and you are small and weak. This is saying that you have so much potential, and you should use that, because that is part of what we are given this experience for, to become aware of our potential inside, become aware of what we possess inside, and how this affects our external reality. Life teaches us about what's inside and what's outside. When we die and when we're reborn, this is a moment of when the things that we have inside, they are recycled, reformed, and recreated into something newer. Now, there is not a better or worse in these death and rebirth cycles. This is solely evolution, and if you want to evolve your soul, your being, make sure to be okay with your deaths and rebirths, because that is how we change, evolve, and grow. Through the hardships, through the traumas, through the pains, through the trials, through the tribulations, through whatever is hard for you in your life. This is what teaches us to be reborn and to recreate ourselves into the strongest, most capable, loving person that we know we can be in this world and universe. It's part of our potential. And inside of your potential, you will have to go through many death and rebirth cycles to show yourself the most inner version that you possess. And when you have these death and rebirth cycles, you will be letting go of a lot. You will be learning a lot about yourself, which will innately be giving you this wisdom and knowledge about life itself, because you are introspecting on your own self, which is the nature of life. So learn a lot from yourself, guys. Learn a lot through these death and rebirth cycles, and be okay with the pain that can come with releasing or even birthing. Think about how much pain it takes for a girl to push a baby out of her you-know-where. When a woman does this, it is extremely painful, but she forgets about the pain, because having this child in her hands and in her life is the happiest moment ever. Okay, guys, you are worthy, you are capable, and you can get through these cycles, and you will be so happy with the birth of creation that you are left with at the end. Keep loving, guys. I love every single one of you out there. We have each experienced love and fear in our own lives. When this love or fear inside of us and our own existence and our own experiences feel like they're taking two different sides and standpoints and creating a fight against each other, they truly aren't. And remember that there is no winner or losing side against your fear and your love. One side does not make a winner or loser. One side creates the complete full picture of the coin. You cannot have one without having the other. And remember that one is not winning or losing. One is feeling, and you get to choose if you want to be feeling and feeding into your fear, or feeling and nourishing your love. Personally, I recommend leading your life with how you feel does determine what routes you decide to take and are put on. Remember that you are not the only one completing and creating your life. You are co-creating your life with the universe, and the universe is watching you and seeing what sort of side you pick and stance you take on you in your own life. How you live your life does have an impact on what is presented in your life. I choose to live with love because I choose to see more love and feel more love inside my own heart and being. And it leads me to enjoy my existence so much more than I ever have living from a place of fear. I used to live from straight fear, and boy did that make me want to die, literally. Now I'm full of a loving heart and loving life, so if you are someone who identifies or can recognize themselves as falling into a lot of fearful thought patterns, fearful ways of existence, being and living, thinking, feeling, whatever it may be for you in your own life, love is here. Love is inside of you. Love is you. Love has always been you, and your fear and the ways you're thinking are leading you to your love. Continue to trust in yourself and to not feel ashamed for the ways that you are acting or expressing through your fears, because we all do it. We've all been there, and we're all learning about love together. Remember, no matter how many people try, no one can take away from you and your energy. This is because you are your energy and not these other people. They have their own energies and lives that they are creating, and you have your own. People may come about in your life and try and suck you dry on a subconscious level. Remember that you and your life is your energy, not these other people who are coming in and out. These people are all temporary in your life, and you are the only permanent piece of your life. You are the only one who can and is living your life for you. You are the only one creating and living out your energy. You are the only one thinking the thoughts and creating the thoughts inside your mind, not these other people who are trying to tug at you. In moments where you feel like people are tugging at your energy or trying to drain you and be an energy vampire, move forward with love and compassion for yourself. Remember how this is you and your life, not these other people's, and you don't need to pick up the worries, fears, doubts, whatever it may be, from other people in their lives and their energies. You know that you have gotten yourself to where you are today, and you being that bright light is so useful, worthy, and powerful. Remind yourself how there are other people's energies in life that others want nothing to do with, and they would not want a drop of their energy if they got the chance. Remember that if there are people trying to tug at you and your energy, this shows your value in your energy. People will try to take away from you and the value of your energy when they recognize pieces of it. People who have ulterior motives will most commonly be draining your energy. Stay clear and strong and true with you and your intentions to not be dragged or pushed around by these other people's ulterior motive. People want to take away from you and your energy, it's because they see your light. What these people could be doing instead of pulling at others is finding the light within themselves. Then they wouldn't have to try and take away the happiness that others have created for their own lives and self. Remember how most of the time, the things that these people are really taking away from you, that they could be thinking they're taking away, but they really aren't, because you're standing in your power and light and you know exactly how to live your life and stay focused on you and yourself instead of getting caught up inside of these people's illusions that they want to try and trip you up on because they feel tripped up inside their own life. The type of energy that these people are taking away from you is most likely just ideas or thoughts or old stories that they have running in their head of you and who you are. So it's truly irrelevant to you and your being. If you feel overwhelmed by other people's energies pulling on you, remember how you do have the power, love, patience, peace, and control to decide if you're going to allow others to inhibit the love you give into your own self and life. Steer clear of anyone who gives you this uneasy feeling or makes you feel these type of ways about yourself and your life, because you deserve to have your full life force for you. You deserve it.
Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Mario, and I came to tell you that the apple doesn't far too fall from the tree. And when you all play Super Mario Bros, or whatever your favorite video game with Mario and Luigi and Bowser and all the gang, whatever your favorite one is, it's actually a great representation of you and your life, and it can teach you so much about how to navigate, steer, get you to the place you want to be. If you want to be first, what character you want to be, it's all up to you, really. It shows us how we do control aspects of our life and our existence, because you can decide what car you want to drive. You can decide what character you want to be. You can decide which course and track you want to take when playing Super Mario Bros. You can choose what sort of tricks and games you want to play on your opponents, and what sort of cause and effect this will have on you and your game, and what place. Remember, the place you end in is the place you start in. Do not let this define you in your game as a Super Mario player. You still have the option to change your game, change your definition of what a winner is, and to decide who and what courses of action you would like to proceed by. Have fun playing the game, and know that you can trust in playing, because it's all fun and games till someone gets hurt, right? But why do you need to get hurt? You don't. You just gotta love. So Mario is telling all of you to continue love playing Super Mario Bros. And be observant of what you decide to put inside your game. See what place it gets you, see where you end up. Have fun playing, guys. Don't get in too many crashes.
At times in life, we're told to stop thinking about our what-ifs when we're younger, but even when we're older. But really, our what-ifs are a tool we can use to help think and create outside of our boxes, our mental boxes and limitations. And I'm not talking about the directly negative, fearful, worried type of what-ifs. I'm talking about the expansive, creative, and daring what-ifs. These what-ifs are really showing you in your mind what you're capable of. I mean, you can wonder and question why we have our minds, and something I've come down to is to help show us who and what we are. Our minds are here to help plant seeds inside of our thought so we can then create it through action. Our minds are what can plant and bring these seeds to be, but our free will is what will get the job done. Our minds want to show us more of who we are. When we start to follow our ideas and trust in our mind's knowledge and wisdom is when we start to learn much more about who we are as consciousness. When you start to follow your own personal goals and passions, you will awaken to who and what you are meant to be doing and be on this planet. Our mind's what-ifs teach us about our natural curiosity as human beings, which has been shut down by such harsh limiting and negative beliefs. You can change how you've been programmed to think and believe, and you can start believing in your what-ifs even more. And once this change from within occurs, your entire perspective on life itself and yourself will dramatically change. Think about your what-ifs and follow your what-ifs if that's what your heart is calling you to do. And one day, if you don't give up, these what-ifs will become your reality. Our imagination is such a useful tool that we can use to create love in our own lives. The truth of feeling. Our feelings get us to the shared truth of unconditional love. Feeling gets you to find this place within yourself. What's blocking you from feeling and expressing your unconditional love into this world is your unresolved traumas, fears, insecurities, negative assumptions, limiting beliefs, negative thought patterns, etc. Basically, to sum it up, your ego. To love unconditionally means you have to love yourself unconditionally, meaning you have to face and learn to love yourself even after all the horrible things you've done in your life. The unconditionally loving truth is that we are humans and we do horrible things. Are you going to settle for this as your truth? You can, but you can also question and get inspired by your own story to get up and change. What you put out into the world when you interact with others or even yourself in your own mind matters. It leaves a trace, mark, and imprint. Kind of like when you see an airplane flying in the sky and you see the little trail behind it. You are leaving an energetic imprint. Try and think further than what you're used to, or thinking beyond. Try thinking and gaining some awareness outside of this box, telling you what's wrong with everyone around you and yourself. Ask yourself why you may be thinking so many things need to be or have to be or are wrong in your life. There is so much truth of unconditional love for yourself and the entire world around you inside of your heart. And you can see how you're blocking your own self through your own mind when you start picking yourself and the entire world apart. Do not feel ashamed about picking yourself or the world apart, because this is simply a starting point for you to recognize and become aware of what sort of mind you're working with and where you want to go and get. Feel your pain so that you can feel and find your truth. Love understands pain. And I promise you that if you decide to go on a journey of finding your unconditional love inside your soul and heart, you will realize how thankful and grateful you are for the pain you have faced, because you would not have been able to reach such a place of high level and quality of love inside your own life if you had not faced your feelings and pain. You no longer need to run away from yourself. Instead, turn around and give yourself a big hug and cry it out and let whatever you feel need to happen for you to express your feelings, to release, let go, and move forward towards your truth and journey of unconditional love. Hey guys, just want to talk about how meditation will unlock new parts of you and your being. When you take a moment or moments in time to rest your eyes, rest your relaxation, rest your mind and body and soul, and you put your energy towards relaxing and calming down your being, it will become possible for you to gain new accesses to new awarenesses in you, in your body, mind, and soul, because you will be tuning out, shutting off, turning down the other loud noises and distractions that this beautiful 3D world brings to us. And in fact, you will learn that these distractions help enlighten us, and these distractions are tools of enlightenment. And you can become aware of this when you turn these off, because you will open your mind to exploring how you feel, to exploring how you feel, how you think, how you be, if how you be is how you truly want to be living your life, and if the things around you are what you truly want to be surrounded by. When you focus on yourself, you are meditating. And when you meditate, you will reach higher levels of self-awareness because you are focusing on yourself. When you focus on yourself is when you gain self-awareness, because you can reflect, you can do whatever you want to put love inside of your own mind, body, and soul. And meditation is a great gateway to get you there. So if you don't already do it, I recommend starting or trying at least for a little. 5 minutes is all you need. And all you need to do is stick with it for like 21 days. That's how you make a habit, right? Stick with it and see what happens. Not to mention, if you do find yourself to be an ungrateful, sad, negative, depressing, pessimistic person, and this is something you want or wish to change about yourself, closing your eyes takes away everything that you are so ungrateful for. And when you reopen your eyes with a newer lens and perspective of reflection from whatever you were just meditating on, or whatever was feeling and flowing through your body, or releasing and letting go of all this dense weight, when you open your eyes, you will be so much more grateful for the beautiful, glorious world surrounding each and every single one of us, with the beautiful sun to shine, beautiful plants. It's really just an amazing place, guys. And meditation helps bring your awareness to the present peace and pace and flow of life. Follow what makes your heart sing. Our heart feeds us love. It pumps love through our entire bodies and courses through our veins. Love always accepts what is. And if you feel like you can't find, see, or feel any love, love is always in your imagination. If you feel like you can't find it elsewhere, follow yourself. Remember that yourself isn't the person next to you, your friend, your coworkers, or even your family. Listen to your love even if it feels like it's something no one else is doing. Listen to what your love is telling you to do even if it feels like pain is being thrown onto you. Keep listening to the love that you are. People may fear love because they don't want to be left heartbroken. But the truth is, when we think our hearts are broken, they are only growing stronger. Keep your faith in love even if it feels like pain. Keep your head up and look up for love instead of looking down at the pain that love can bring. Remember the glass that's half full of love. Remember how much love there is in that half full glass. You have the power to see yourself, your life, and the world with love at any second. Choose the lens of love. Your choices change your life. I've had to completely relearn how to love myself. Prior to tearing down all my walls and masks, I lost a sense of identity. I felt like I didn't know who I was, therefore I didn't know who I was supposed to love or even how. Love had seemed so cliche, like a band-aid over a bullet hole. I saw love as having unlimited supply. I lived believing love had limitations and conditions. In fact, I feared love. I feared love because deep down inside I knew how powerful it was. I felt love on a very surface level, but not in the inside and outs of my own body and entire world around me. Relearning what love is for me took relearning who I believed I am. And now the more I learn every day, the more I can love. I've become so grateful for my life and allowing it to be. There is so much peace in having gratitude for yourself and your life and letting things be. And I hope that each and every single one of you out there can find for yourself this deep, true feeling of love inside each and every single one of our hearts. Love is a beautiful feeling and it makes the journey so much more enjoyable. Authentic love stops for no one. Authentic love is not exclusive. Authentic love is here for each and every single one of us to hold and nurture in our own hearts. You are the one who holds the key to unlocking this true, unconditional, authentic love within yourself. And once you do this, you will be able to express that into the world. You will not only view yourself in an unconditionally loving way, but you will view the entire world surrounding you in an unconditionally loving way, because that is how you view yourself. And remember that everything you feel within is what you see without. So if you feel like the world is full of fakeness and fake love, start finding your real love inside. It takes time, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes patience, it takes pain. But that doesn't mean it's going to stop you from getting that love. When you are a person of high value or caliber, naturally other people will want you to be in their life because you bring value into their life. It's very important to remember that your value is not for others to take. Other people can learn from your value and create their own value and caliber in their own life. And when you are a person of high value or caliber, you want to see other people succeed for themselves. You have the full capability and right to set boundaries with anyone who you feel is taking from your value. No one is entitled to your value. Your value is something that you have worked so hard to create, and no one can take that from you. You create your own value, which is why no one can take it away from you. Everyone can create their own value, which is part of what makes each of us so valuable, because we are different, and these differences are valuable. We are all different in our own ways, and we are made to love and value our differences. Remember to stay clear and far away from anyone who wants to take from your value or make you feel less valuable than you know you are. Life isn't fair, and in fact, life isn't meant to be fair all the time. Life can't be fair because we are all thinking differently, living differently, and in our own unique experiences. Comparison is what makes you feel like life is unfair. Think more about yourself for yourself when you feel like your life is receiving the short end of the stick. Put more love into your own life and your life will become more loving. Realize how when life is unfair, this is an opportunity for you to be able to put in more work and to work towards what you truly want. A possibility of feeling like life is unfair is you working more on yourself and your life. Realize and remember how much love you carry inside of yourself and how you can pour that into yourself more. You are an entire amazing person who is capable of anything that they want to accomplish, so put all your attention, focus, and energy back into yourself so that you can hone in on your own life. Hone in on your own life instead of looking outwards and comparing your life to other people, making you feel like your life is unfair. Catch yourself in any moments of comparison and remember that you are your own amazing person living your own amazing life. If you feel like life is unfair sometimes and you have a difficult time getting over this grudge, you are putting way too much of your energy, focus, and attention into other people's lives and other people's own personalities and characters. You probably feel like life is so unfair because you're busy occupying yourself, looking around at other people's lives, trying to find validation and acceptance somewhere, when what you should truly be doing if you want to feel like life is less unfair is to hone in and center in truly on your own life and self. If you ever feel like life is unfair, make something that you are grateful for, and if you don't want to make something that you're grateful for, open your eyes and take a look around and name anything that you're grateful for. Remember that you don't need to move a single muscle to be grateful. Feeling like life is unfair can teach us to love more of what we have, and when we love more of what we have, life begins to feel more fair. Hey guys, I am not sure where this video is going to get or end up on TikTok, but I just want to be a voice for anyone who feels bad about themselves and looks in the mirror and hates what they see, and it's a part of their life that doesn't make them want to live a life. I lived like that for a very large chunk of time. Well, not very large because I'm only 20 years old, but I hated the way I looked increasingly ever since I was in elementary school, and it got really bad as I got older, and by the time I was in high school, it became up to a point where I didn't want to live because of what I saw when I looked in the mirror. And I just want everyone out there who can relate or is listening to hear that what you are on the outside is not a defining factor of who you are. And the world does not see you in the same way that you see yourself. You may look in the mirror and say, I'm never going to be worthy of this, I'm never worthy of that, no one will love me for this, no one can love me because I look like that. And people don't see you the same way you do. That is the message. People will look at you and see your true beauty even on days where you feel like a pile of dirt and where you just don't want to ever see your reflection. Looking in our reflection metaphorically can be difficult, but for anyone who has similar experiences, situations that I've mentioned, knows that looking in their reflection physically isn't easy either. When we can look at ourselves and accept ourselves, it can be a really long process of healing, and it can be different every single day. And like, I'm gonna be straight up, like I think I look horrible right now, and it's really hard for me to film this video because I like filming these videos and sharing my perspectives and beliefs and ideas and thoughts, but sometimes it's really hard for me to film because I have a really hard time looking at myself and accepting that it's something I can post and accepting who and what I am. So if you ever feel like your looks are stopping you from going after something or stopping you from showing yourself to the world, a great way to start getting out of these fears to confront them and face them. This is not my best day. I just got out of the shower. I am not happy with how I look right now. I'm just going to be completely honest. And I'm still going to post this. I don't want to make any videos because I don't want to look at myself and I don't want anyone else in the world to see what I look like. But I'm going to post this for everyone and anyone to see because I'm proving to myself that it's okay and I accept myself. And you should too. Hey guys, just got a little reminder today to tell each of you to be your #1 fan. Give yourself all the love, admiration, support, and respect that you truly know you deserve. It may feel like there's no one there to support us sometimes, which is why it's so valuable and important to be your #1 supporter and fan. When you support yourself, you can do anything. And when you love yourself, you can do anything. Being your own support system will get you to exactly where you want and need to be. When you are your #1 fan, you will be putting out work and creating things in your life that you truly know you love doing. And you won't look for the acceptance of other fans because you will be your #1 fan. And even if you find X amount of people hating on you, you will be able to rest in peace that you are your #1 fan. But not rest in peace like die. You will be able to rest peacefully. Believe in yourself because you are your #1 fan. Think about anyone you look up to or admire and hold yourself to that same standard because you deserve to hold yourself to a high standard because you can accomplish anything. There is nothing going wrong in your life ever. Reason number one why your life is not ever going wrong, ever, because take a look in the mirror and look at your beautiful, sexy face, okay? If you don't think what you see is sexy, tell yourself what you see is sexy. Now you don't need to worry about not thinking you're sexy. If you don't think you have a job or have anything to contribute to this world, let me tell you where you're wrong. Your job is to be a human being and to exist and to love yourself. So there's your job if you think you don't have one. Start loving yourself and everything else will fall into place as you align with your love. Tip number 3, if you do not think that loving yourself will profit you in life, start trusting the universe and yourself more. You may think that love is a big risk, but the saying is high risk, high reward. If you are lonely or you want more friends or a significant other or whatever void you may be wanting to fill, there's nothing that you will find to fill this void except facing the void and confronting yourself. When you can enjoy and love your own company 24 hours of the day, you will not depend upon so many external things because you will realize how all of your greatness and all of your enjoyment and satisfaction in life comes from within us all. You never have to worry about a thing again. Go listen to Don't Worry, Be Happy. Go sit by a river and hum a little tune. Go skip some rocks in a nearby pond. Go do some snow angels. Draw a picture or make a nice card for yourself or someone you love. Guys, the possibilities are really endless. Your life is amazing, extravagant, and whatever you want your life to be, it's all going right exactly for you. And even if you feel like the moments you're in right now aren't where you want to be and aren't getting you to where you want to be, you aren't being able to see the full picture. Things are being hidden from you, okay? And that is things that you need to accept because life isn't supposed to have an answer key. Life is a walk. So begin moving your feet instead of trying to cheat the code. And if you want a cheat code, start loving yourself. That was like one of the tips earlier in the video, so. I have a good one, guys. Nothing's going wrong in your life, I promise. And I will not break that promise. You'll see it one day. Maybe not today, but you'll see it. And continue following these tips because you are the truth. You won't make everyone happy and you won't make everyone ever understand you. How the world sees you can be far different from who you are and what you are doing. Remember how there's always at least 2 sides to every story and you don't need to attach yourself to other people's sides and perspectives. You get to choose what you want to read in your story and what you want to write in your story. And leave it up to everyone else to figure out and do what makes them happy for their own selves and stories. Continue focusing on your own happiness because your happiness is the one that should matter the most to you. You guys, please be yourself in this world. This world needs, wants, and loves you. Stop caring about what others think about you and instead start caring about how you think about yourself. Because when you start focusing and putting yourself first as your number one priority on a pedestal, the world will start to treat you with more respect and importance because you are putting yourself in that place and position. Be yourself, and if anyone doesn't like you, they don't have to have you. One of my mottos is, if you don't like me, don't have me. You do not need to take offense for people not having the same taste as you. Why would you want someone in your life who doesn't like you? Be yourself so that you can find out who truly likes the authentic version of you. You don't need to be afraid to be yourself because I love you for being yourself, and you should love yourself for being yourself too. There is no one in this world who can do it like you and be like you, which is why it's so important for you to express your unique individuality into this world, which will help other people learn to love their unique individuality in this world. Being your true authentic self is one of the most freeing things a human being can do. And no one can tell you who you are when you are being yourself. Trust where you've been so that you can trust where you're going. Trusting where you've been will help you accept the place you are in your life right now. When you take accountability for where you have been, where you are, and where you're going, you will take accountability for the creation of life you are creating for yourself. Trust where you've been because it's gotten you exactly where you are right now. And if where you are right now isn't where you want to be, you are going to get where you are going, but you must trust where you are right now. This can sound like a little bit of a tongue twister, but it really isn't. Trusting where you are right now, you are opening your mind to new possibilities. When you have less trust for where you are closing your mind to openness and potential. Trusting in yourself, your heart, your ideas, and the universe's assistance is so powerful. When you trust where you have been and where you are, you will find the lessons that you are supposed to be learning in these moments. And you can even develop and find new lessons in your mind that you may have not previously been aware of or recognized. Trust is so important because it helps you flow through life instead of being super resistant and trying to control your life. Trust where you are because it is getting you to where you are going. You can't get to where you want to be and where you're going if you didn't start from where you came from. Trust in where you came from and your humble beginnings. Trust in yourself and where you are leading yourself. You don't need to worry because you can always turn to trust. If you think that you hate your life, you don't. In fact, as humans, I don't believe that we can hate our lives. Instead, this is mistaken as us for not feeling okay on the inside. When you don't feel okay on the inside, you will feel like you hate your life, because everything that you see and feel about your life starts from within you. Which is why when you think you hate your life, you are actually hating or feeling distressed internally somehow. You can start loving your life more by loving yourself internally and externally, but all internally more. As humans, we are not put on this planet to hate our lives. We are put on this planet to love and learn to love ourselves and our lives. When you do not feel okay on the inside, this is when you will feel like you hate aspects of your life or yourself. When you begin to heal these internal aspects of yourself and put love and acceptance towards yourself, you will begin to love yourself and your life more. You can't hate your life, you can only be going through internal turmoil. When you do not feel okay on the inside, you will express this as hatred, possibly. When you truly love everything within you, you will truly love everything you see outside of you. I've experienced an assortment of eating disorders in my life. It's really disheartening for me to remember how much guilt and shame came along with my binging. I cannot offer professional eating disorder recovery, but I did recover in silence by myself over the span of about 5-ish years. I can offer words of encouragement that I think would have helped me in my mind when I began to go in downward spirals after a binge. It's okay for you to right now not feel okay. It's okay that you binged, and it's okay to cry, scream, or let out any emotion that you want. It's okay to feel sad, shocked, guilty, or whatever you may be feeling right now. You do not need to feel ashamed about yourself because you did not do anything terribly wrong to this world. These feelings and this disorder will not last forever. It is okay that this happened. This doesn't make you any less capable, whole, or worthy of a human being. The ways that you feel right now are not how you will feel forever, and you know that. And you will not feel or be trapped inside of this cycle forever. You know that too, deep down. There will be a day when you look back in disbelief, in how you thought your feelings and actions would never change. It's okay for you to not know exactly how this is all going to change right now. It is okay to take your time with healing and recovering, and in fact, that is the best route for you to do. If you're struggling with this alone, it's okay and safe for you to find someone to trust in. There are people who won't and don't want to judge you for all that you are, binge or not. There are people who want to and will support your recovery. There are people who want to hear and listen to you speak about this. You aren't alone in this. I, along with millions of other people across the globe, are here for you because we know and understand the downward spiral you may be feeling right now. You may feel like the ways you have acted are inhumane or gross, but it is truly far from this. In fact, this is showing you your humanness. This shows you your vulnerability, emotion, and strength. You continue to go on after binging each and every time you have picked yourself back up and gotten yourself to move forward. Each breath you take is an accomplishment. You are so strong, and it is so okay for you to feel any way that you do right now, even if that feeling is not feeling okay. What's not okay is for you to be hateful towards yourself any further. It's okay for you to take your time recovering. It's okay to take some time out from things if that's what you need. Whatever you need right now is okay. Ask yourself what you need. You have the courage to advocate for your own recovery and get what you need. Remember that you are strong and that you look amazing no matter what. A binge does not dictate whether I think you are amazing or not. Remember that someone truly does think you are beautiful, worthy, amazing, and perfect. That person is me. Next time you find yourself distracting yourself from the truth of my words. You aren't defined by this, and there is so much more to you than this aspect of yourself. This won't be a part of you forever. You will be able to tell this as a part of your past eventually. Projection is an illusion. Next time you catch yourself or someone else projecting outwards their fears and insecurities, remind yourself of how this is an illusion. Projection only occurs because the individual is experiencing the world from extreme separation. Projection or listening to others' projection is a complete waste of your time and energy, because you will be sticking in cycles of fear, lack, insecurity, etc. Projection is an illusion because tearing the world and others down is not true to who we are. If you find someone ever projecting onto you, it can be a lot easier to let it go and brush it off when you remind yourself how projection is an illusion, and how these people's fears and insecurities coming outwards do not define you as truth. Allow other people's projections to be an illusion of truth for them. Allow others to follow their own illusions on their path, because they will be led to the truth eventually. And you can feel more security and confidence within yourself when you remind yourself how others' projections are an illusion. They don't mean anything. And in fact, you can look at it from a positive light and use projections as a positive tool to help you. Your own and other people's projections can help you become more aware of internal aspects of yourself that you can work on healing, accepting, and loving. Use your own projections and even other people's to work on yourself. Remember that it is completely possible to exist without spreading your inner waste and toxicity into the world. Remember that you are not defined by the illusion of someone else's projection. Projections are here to elevate our consciousness and to teach us more about ourselves and the world. Projection is an illusion because if someone was truly acting through their truth, they would be loving. When people are acting through their own fears and insecurities, they will be hating. Projection is an illusion because any projection comes from fear. You do not need to allow other people's projections to hold weight and meaning on your being. A projection is an illusion, which is why you should not attach yourself to other people's projections. Other people's projections do not define or label you. Other people's projections do not even label or define this other person. Projections are here to help us grow and understand ourselves better. Through the illusion of projection, you can find that we are all one. Projection is an illusion because truly, deep down, we all love each other. Today, right now, this second. How are you going to choose to think? How are you going to choose to perceive yourself and others around you? How are you going to express your energy out into the world? How are you going to respond to what you receive today? Are you going to tell yourself that it will all start tomorrow? Are you going to get up and start today, right now? Are you going to be miserable the entire way through it? Are you going to be able to find gratitude in even the hardest of moments? Are you going to want to put in work to grow and elevate yourself and your being? Or will you choose to compromise your own potential and live in lower states of being? Your thoughts, actions, and words matter, and they contribute to the life that you create. You deserve to love yourself and live a life of love. To find true love, you must go within. Choose to love every single day and you will become stronger. What's weak is hate. Are you going to get up and spread hate? Or are you going to get up and show your strength of love? You have a choice to make every second of your life. You have the choice of how you want to live. You deserve to live a life of love. You deserve to see through and past your fears. You deserve to feel and love your soul. You deserve to go spread love out into the world because that's what you feel like doing. You can pick yourself back up no matter how far you think you've fallen. You will never be glued to the floor unless you quit standing up. You are meant to stand up. You are meant to stand up for yourself and your love. You have the self-power to stand up in any tumultuous situation. You can get yourself out of anything. Today, this second, right now, you can do anything that you want. You can become a whole new person whenever you want. That is what life is about. We are meant to change and evolve. Every day you wake up, remind yourself how much gratitude you have in your heart for this world and your existence. Even if you don't believe it or feel it at first, tell yourself it, and keep telling yourself it every single day until you do feel it and see it in your own life. You are made of magic, and you are meant to see and feel that. Anyone else's fear or projections is not part of the equation of your own self. You do not have to allow any of these negative energies to infiltrate you and your love. Even when you find yourself to be these own negative energies, you do not have to accept this. You should accept yourself for all the emotions and energies that you feel, but you do not have to hold on to this forever and label yourself as it. You can learn to love all the aspects about yourself and release the feelings that you no longer want to feel or carry with you. You are allowed to let go of your negativity and become a positive person. It won't make you weird, it won't make you stupid, it won't make you a crowd follower. Being a positive person is someone who follows their own heart. Your life is truly your choice and up to you. You have the full power to show yourself how powerful you are. Use your power for the power of love, because that is what will be returned to you. As soon as you start using your will for negative energies is when the negative wheel will be spinning towards you. Choose to love unconditionally and wake up with unconditional love and gratitude every single day. Your life will change. Doing your own thing in your life will make you successful. You are the person who can lead you to your own success. And in fact, your success will be found within your own heart. What you truly love to do and find joy and passion in is what you are meant to be doing and creating in this world. Following your own heart and doing your own thing will lead you to your success because you are such a unique individual expression of the universe that no one can create or recreate besides you. Your uniqueness and individuality is so needed in this world because we all learn from one another and teach one another. You will find success by following your heart and what you truly find passion and joy doing in this world, or you can find yourself being stuck in a job that you don't really hate by creating an existence that you feel constrained by. What you have is immensely needed in this world and other people want to see. By doing your own thing in this world, you will inspire others to follow their own individuality instead of conforming and following the crowd mentality. The product of the crowd mentality is a 9-to-5 that you don't actually like. The product of doing your own thing and following your heart and soul towards your success is fulfilling your destiny. Now, don't get me wrong, if a 9-to-5 is exactly what you want and in your heart and soul you want to be helping the world in that way, do so. But I will not support a person making a decision that they do not truly want to be making for their own heart and soul. If a 9-to-5 isn't what you want to do and you want to create something else with your life, go do so because you have the full capability to do it. The only thing that can be holding you back is your own fear, and you do not need to be afraid of yourself. In fact, be excited to go on this journey of yourself because you will learn so much about yourself and the world. I feel like it's very common for a lot of people in life to be super negative and hateful towards themselves and find themselves pushing themselves around and being at all-time lows and even keeping themselves at these lows. I was definitely at a similar place in my life that so many people out there have been in super bad depression and anxiety and mental health and all that. Through the years of self-destruction, self-hatred, and self-limitation, I have been able to claw my way out of this, and I have learned a really great sense of self-stabilization. And I feel like sometimes in the world, we are put in our own minds and drag ourselves all over the place in hectic, chaotic ways to learn how to stabilize ourselves and to become aware that we can stabilize our minds and change our minds. There are many different things I tried to help heal my depression and mental illness and all of this. Of course, I recommend that you find what's the best fit for you, but personally for me, and what really helped me stabilize myself in one aspect, because I did many things, but one thing that really helped was creating the habit of meditating. Meditating, I've found, is kind of like a form of self-therapy. You do not need to pay or go talk to someone else because it can all go on inside your mind. I've never tried speaking out loud while I'm meditating, but I'm sure this is another useful form that people could try. I've learned how quieting your mind and closing your eyes to all of the stimulation from this external world helps you learn the stability that is natural inside each of us. When you meditate, you are able to see things that you don't see when your eyes are open because you do not pay so much attention to all the internal conflict and activity that's going on because you see so much of the external activity that is going on. Meditation stabilizes you because it shows you and teaches you about the world inside of you. I remember my first few times meditating, I had some resistance getting into it, but this did not stop me from continuing, and I'm so glad I did, and I urge anyone out there who feels a calling towards meditating to push through the little uncomfortable beginning part and stick out through it because you will notice your skills improving and your patience improving and your overall experience of meditation improving. Going inward helped me stabilize my own chaotic emotions and mental health because I gave myself an open and honest space to be vulnerable and honest with myself. There are so many guided meditations online, and you can even just explore your own thoughts and what's in there. There is so much that we can all sort through and organize in our own minds to create a happier life. Meditation has helped stabilize me and my mental health because it gives me a moment in time for calmness. I allow myself to be present, relaxed, and open and honest. I allow myself to release whatever comes up and to let in any information. If you're someone who resonates with any of this, I recommend going and meditating right now or tomorrow or starting it or even just looking into it because it will completely change your life. If you want to stop chasing validation from other people, here are some tips I have. The first tip I have is to do things that make people judge you. This may spark some fear inside of you at first, but this is what it's supposed to do. To stop chasing other people's validation, you are going to show yourself that you do not need these people's validation to be whole and validate yourself. By doing something that makes other people judge you, you will show yourself how you do not have to perceive these judgments as the truth. You will see that whoever is judging you and for whatever reason is because that is a personal issue that they are facing. And why would you put so much of your value and worth into someone who is judging you because they hate themselves? This is a really good way for you to see how your validation is the one that matters the most. Anyone who does anything great in this world is judged for it. This does not stop them because they find the validation within themselves. Another tip I have is to find what brings you joy and passion. When you do what's truly bringing you joy and passion, other people's opinions and judgments will start to disintegrate. When you are doing stuff that you truly love and aligns with you and your heart and your purpose, other people's judgments and egos will simply not matter to this cause. When you are existing through love and passion, and people decide to judge you and invalidate you for living through your love and passion, this shows their true states of being. Why do you want validation from someone who hates themselves? Ask yourself if what's holding you back is your fear. You know what you're being called to do, and your fear of invalidation from others is not a valid reason for you to stop yourself from going what you truly want to do. Another tip I have is to ask yourself if you're putting other people's opinions above your own. Your opinion is what matters the most in your life, and your self-validation is the most important form of validation. Your opinion is the one that matters the most because you're the only person who has been here since day one and will be here on the last day of your life. If you find yourself to be feeling controlled by other people's validation, or rather invalidation, remind yourself that these people are not permanent pieces in your life for the most part. Remind yourself how permanent how you feel about yourself is and how you will be sticking with this feeling, whatever you decide to create, for the rest of your life. Chasing external validation and validation from other people will leave you empty-handed. Where you will find a full, whole sense of self is inside your own validation and heart. Work on your own self-worth and self-love if you really do value other people's opinions above your own. I highly recommend working on this aspect of yourself if you do not already. The last tip I have is to ask yourself, what's so horrible if people do not accept you? If anything, when you act in your most authentic ways, you will be shown the people who are truly meant for you and will accept you for these authentic ways. In my personal opinion, I do not want people in my life who will not accept me for my authentic, vulnerable self, which is why I find it super valuable to act through your authentic self. When you act through your authentic self, you know that the people who are meant for you will be there. And the people who decide to invalidate you or judge you will show themselves. You are not worth sticking around anyone who is invalidating you and making you feel like a piece of shit. You deserve to self-validate yourself and to be surrounded by people who validate you. You have the power to drop anyone who you feel is invalidating you. And you have the power to completely change your whole mind and recenter your focus and validation towards your own opinion and perceptions. How you are living and viewing your life is way more important than how someone else does. I've been very misunderstood in my life, which has led many people to misinterpret me and misjudge me. I've learned that being misunderstood by the world leads to more understanding about yourself. There is always a bigger picture and bigger meaning in what is happening in your life, and if you are feeling misunderstood, here is a message I have for you. God, the universe, or whatever higher power you believe in will make people see you wrong so that you can show them who you truly are. People who misjudge you, misinterpret you, and misunderstand you will learn that they are only seeing you through a mirror and reflection of how they are feeling about themselves in their own life. They will learn this because you will continue to be your truest, most authentic self, and these people will see you creating more availability of love in your own heart and spreading out into this entire world. No one needs to understand you as long as inside your heart you know what you're doing. You know that you're amazing and you don't need any single person to give you the validation for that. God makes people see wrong so that you can show them who you truly are and so that you can show yourself the true strength you truly hold and have always held. Keep being misunderstood and keep people questioning who you really are. Keep people wondering if that's what they truly want to do with their time. While people can keep wondering and assuming the worst about you, continue prevailing, evolving, and living your best life for yourself. The people in this world and universe who truly understand you will gravitate towards you. And to all the people who misunderstand you and misinterpret you, they will be repelled. Continue spreading your love, light, and heart into this world, no matter the amount of people that misunderstand it, because they are so blocked off from their own love and heart. Being misunderstood and spreading this into the world allows people to open up their mind and awareness into new gazes. Your difference and misunderstanding creates change in this world that we all need to evolve. Continue spreading your difference in this world and continue being misunderstood so that you can show people who you truly are. Hey guys, today is my 20th birthday and I wanted to share some things I learned as a teenager. One really useful thing I've learned as a teenager is how big the world is. In my earlier teen years, I used to think the world was so small and only revolved around the local town I lived in. When you are in your prime teen years, don't feel like you are constrained to your local hometown. You will move out of this place eventually one day and become a person that is not restrained to this local town. The world is huge and it wants what you have, so don't be afraid to go express that starting in your local hometown. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel more comfortable expressing your true authentic self. Another thing I've learned is that fun doesn't always look like or doesn't have to be going out and partying and doing drugs. You can have so much fun at the comfort of your own home with no drugs or alcohol. Now, of course, if you want to experiment during your teen years, do whatever you are called to. But I have learned that you do not need this to be fulfilled in a whole human being. You don't even need to do it to be accepted, because what's most important is for you to accept yourself. And during your teen years, it can be super hard because all you want is acceptance from other people. But what I wish I could have done more was accept myself as an earlier teen. So start trying to accept yourself and who you are, because you truly deserve it. Another thing I've learned from my teen years is that there is no one to compete with but yourself. There are so many people in the world and society who think that our world is a competition. These people are only limiting themselves and living in a sad world because they are chasing an illusion. Trying to compete with other people creates your own misery, so instead compete with yourself and become a better person than who you were yesterday. You will find so much more long-term happiness when you start competing with yourself. Something else I've learned as a teenager is that it's okay to be alone. It is a natural part of life to lose and gain new people. Remember that you will always have yourself, so the people that come and go can bring up emotions and make you feel some certain type of way, but who will always be there is you. The relationship that you build with yourself is so important, and especially when you're a teen, it's so important to love yourself, and it can be super difficult because of all the changes you are going through and circumstances in your life that can feel super chaotic. Know that whatever you're going through as a teenager, it is happening for a reason and going to make you into a mature adult. I've learned that you don't always need a group of people to have fun or feel whole and satisfied in your life. And in fact, taking some time to self-introspect and reflect on yourself to find your own inner love is super valuable. There's pressure put on teenagers in their social circles to live up to a certain standard and act in certain ways. What I've learned is that you do not need to follow anything that you do not feel comfortable doing and you do not feel actually truly aligned with you in your heart and who you truly are. If you find yourself to be in circumstances that you don't truly want to be in, know that you do have the true strength. Even if you don't feel like you are strong enough to stand up and speak up for yourself, you are. And you taking the chance and risk of standing up and speaking up for yourself will show you how strong and capable you truly are. You deserve to live exactly how you want to as a teenager, and don't let anyone try to tell you that you can't be who you are. You are meant to be experimenting and living your life to the fullest. If you're still a teenager, enjoy the years while you have it because they are so worth making. You can take advantage of this time as a teenager and create things that will help you in the future. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you're too young to do what you truly want to do. When you are your own hero, you will be seen as the villain to other people. Remember that you aren't actually the true villain in this story. You may have to be a villain for some people so that you can spark change in their life. And you know to not take this personally. For me personally, in my own story, I have been my own hero and completely transformed my life and been on a healing journey for a few years now. I've done a lot of serious healing work, and I have opened up my awareness to new conscious ways of being, just like every single one of us in the world can do through healing our traumas, fears, and insecurities. You will shock other people who are still living from these lower levels of consciousness and awareness. The hero knows that there is no one to judge because they have been exactly where these other people have. Continue to be your own hero and a hero in your own life. And you do not need to follow the plots that these other people are painting you to be. You as the hero are a spark for change in these people's lives. They don't have to see you as the hero right now. They can see you as the villain for as long as they want. Doing a lot of intense healing work has taught me to never stoop down to these other people's levels. It's best to remain focused on you and your own healing journey and not get dragged or pushed around by other people's traumas. People will paint you to be a villain because you are the reflection of change that they want in their life. You are a hero, and you are meant to inspire other people to pick themselves up and be their own hero. Heroes can help people out, but they aren't going to live your entire life for you and move every single piece for you. Heroes want to see everyone safe and win. If you're someone out there who's done a lot of hard work on your internal self to make yourself a better person and a hero for yourself in this world, know that you aren't alone if you feel like other people are trying to make you to be a villain. Know that you aren't a villain because you are living your best life and enjoying yourself. The way people perceive you is truly only a matter of how they are dealing with things on their internal levels. I've learned to let people view you in whatever way they want to. You can view me in whatever way you want to and decide that I'm a villain in your story if you want it to be that way. As my self-taught hero, I'm going to continue teaching myself and leading myself through life with love. And anyone who doesn't want to be a part of that and call me a villain or whatever you're doing a villain for that, so be it. If that's what people really want to call you, then be the villain in their story. And who knows, maybe after all, you being the villain of their story will make them want to be the hero of their own story. If anyone ever tries to tell you that you cut people off too easily and walk away too easily, then don't tell them. Go ahead and tell them that maybe these people shouldn't have treated you that way, and you wouldn't be having to walk away so easily if these people didn't try to manipulate you. So when people try to flip the script on you, and try to make you the problem, remember that you aren't the problem and that you are simply living your best life, and these people probably aren't part of it. Your mind is your home. When you find your mind to be having racing negative thoughts, you don't need to follow along on a negative rampaging spiral. When you find yourself to be thinking negatively, you have many options. First, know that you can and will naturally flow into positive thoughts, and that your negative thought pattern won't last forever. That is, unless you are unwilling to reprogram the fear inside your mind and body. Fearing your own fear and getting angry at these negative thought patterns will only perpetuate the cycle of negativity inside your mind. Getting mad or angry at these thoughts may be what you feel like doing at first. This is yourself trying to protect and survive from these thoughts. But sometimes yelling at your negative thoughts is irrational. By doing so, you're sticking in a negative pattern. But this is giving you the opportunity to break this pattern. Although thinking negatively towards your negative thoughts does not equal a positive, it can make you way more aware of how you've been speaking and thinking towards yourself. Therefore, you can make the conscious effort to become a more positive thinker. When you get angry at your own negative thoughts, you can observe how this is you getting angry at yourself. Remember that your mind is your home, and that if you saw pieces of your own home tearing down and falling apart, you would find the purity within your heart to go and pick them up. You want to put the pieces back together. Our home is something we are meant to love and nurture. Instead of yelling at yourself when you observe yourself in a negative thought pattern, know that you can observe outside of this thought and feeling. Ask yourself if this thought and feeling is really you. Or are these thoughts and feelings something that you can observe, reflect on, and move forward with accordingly? You can take control of your own thoughts and feelings. You get to decide when enough is enough and when you're going to consciously start taking care of your own mind and body. Taking care of your negative thought patterns will create new positive thought patterns. Know that you will learn so much about your own mind and life by taking a journey in it. You are a warrior, and your mind is not going to be the one thing that takes you down. Your mind is here to build you up. Your will is what will tear you down. Exercise the free will of your own thought and mind and begin creating a more positive existence for yourself. Maybe you find yourself in certain negative thought patterns because it's something that society has told you to think and believe. You get to decide when it's time for you to play by your own rules. Maybe all the things you're thinking so negatively about really don't have that much significance in your existence. Thinking more positively is a journey of self-exploration. It takes immense strength to be a positive person and positive thinker. And once you master it, you will be completely shocked about the mind and world you used to live in and tolerate. We are way more powerful than any of our hate. Hey guys, if you found yourself stumbling across this video, welcome to the Woman Wednesday appreciation post. I mean, it's Thursday, but every day is Wednesday if you are celebrating Woman Wednesday. So, everyone, if you are a woman or not, whatever you got in your pants, know that you are loved. If you identify as a woman, if you don't, if you love women, continue loving them and spreading your love for women, okay? They don't get enough love out there, and any single girl you see on the street, I promise she will love it if you tell her something amazing about herself and you give her a little sweet compliment. She will love it. It will make her day. Be genuine, come from the heart, and make a woman's day today, because women keep this world going round. World, women, W. Women keep us alive, and without women, it would be a bunch of dudes on this planet just like sword fighting each other's private parts. So if you appreciate women, make it known and spread your gratitude for women, because there's so much gratitude towards women in this world because we make it go round, and that's that. So I would like to express my gratitude for all the beautiful women out there. Anyone, no matter what you think you look like or define yourself as, you are an incredibly capable, able, fulfilled, whole, satisfied, valuable, beautiful, gorgeous. You are enough. And whatever anyone else tries to tell you, just don't listen to them if they try to tell you that you aren't any of that, because that's obviously them knowing your power as a woman. So know your power as a woman and stand in your power as a woman. The world doesn't want women to think they have power. That is why so many men are in power, because they want women to think that they are inferior. I would like you to try and tell me that. So all the women in the world, stand true and strong in your power. Stand true in your femininity and your masculinity. Women have both. We all have both. And women aren't afraid to use it. So keep being the strong, independent woman you are, knowing that you don't need a freaking man or another freaking woman to be a whole independent woman in this world. All you need is your own self and your own mind to create this for you. So keep being a lovely woman, keep inspiring yourself and putting love into the world towards other women. Women are meant to stand together, and I'm here to stand with any woman out there. Your value is coming from where you find validation. What you are creating and finding validation through may be something that is hurting you. Are you giving yourself any validation? I used to find validation in going out and partying, creating social media posts, getting obnoxious attention, and even sex. I thought I needed other people to be someone. I thought I needed other people to be of any sort of value in the world. I've learned a true sense of self-validation. I don't need or want anyone else to tell me what makes me of value and what does not. I know my value, and if yours doesn't match up to mine, I wish you the best in finding and creating your sense of self-validation. I am the person I want to be, and giving myself the validation for that is all I need. Just like your own self-validation is the only validation that you need, because your opinion is the one that you should be valuing. When you value your own opinion, you're showing yourself how much you matter. When you listen to other people's opinions, you aren't thinking for yourself. I find value from becoming a stronger person. I find value in becoming a better person. I find value in sharing my love and thoughts with the world. I find true value in being at my peace. When you can identify what does bring you value, this will make it 100 times easier to evaluate what does not bring you value, or vice versa. When you're working on your own self-validation, be honest with yourself if some of the habits and things you're doing that are bringing you a sense of validation are truly benefiting you and leading to your success. Or if these senses and outlets of validation are only creating more masks for you to be carrying. It can be hard, resistant, and painful to take off the mask, or to even come to the awareness that you are wearing them. But that should never stop you from moving through the uncomfortableness. What you'll find and feel on the other side is so worth it and valuable. Decide what you're worth and decide your value. Hey guys, today's assignment is to keep it real. To get full credit on this assignment, you gotta remove the fakeness that you are acting through and preach the realness that is inside of you in each and every single one of us. This assignment may have some background research info you have to do, and you cannot receive full credit if you begin acting fake. The assignment will restart, and you will be living this assignment and reincarnating until you learn it. So please have a fun time with your assignment, and if you have any questions, you can ask your teacher for help. Also, there's going to be a big pizza party. I know that all these students like that. There's going to be a big pizza party for everyone. So keep working on the assignment. There is a pizza party, guys, and everyone's going to get it, not just one class, everyone. And there's going to be a lit assembly, so you should join the student body. Hey, big body, big body. Anyone that doesn't want you to change doesn't want to see you rise. Anyone who ever tries to drag you down is only exposing how they are truly dragging themselves down on the inside. These people don't think that they can shine on their own, therefore they don't want to see you shine. When you are someone who shines and spreads so much love into this world, this will cast a shadow on other people's shadows. The sun is never something to feel ashamed of, and neither are your shadows. Your darkness is what teaches you so much about your light. No matter whoever's trying to drag you down, you can always work against them and shine. Just because someone is so insecure in their own light and darkness doesn't mean that you shouldn't show yours and shine. Some people dim their light because they don't believe there is enough to go around. Other people dim their light because they are living and creating through their darknesses. We can all learn more about our darknesses so we can be connected to our true light. Just like night to day, the sky changes, and this brings new opportunity and love for each of us. Continue to change and continue to rise despite what other people may be thinking is best for you. You have your own personal power and love to act through. Observe if people are trying to make you stuck. At the core of it, we are all love, and we can all act through love whenever we want when we are acting through our core. When we aren't acting through love, when we're expressing through hate or negativity, these are our projections from the trauma and hardships we have faced, because we are acting through other layers that aren't at the core. Ever since the second we've been born, we are all picking up different layers and mind games for our own minds. You don't need to continue playing this mind game for yourself and playing yourself. Give love to yourself and these hurt parts of you so that you can be acting and expressing through your true core of love. Recognize when other people may be acting through their hurt layers and masks instead of their true core at their heart, which is love. I give a lot of patience to these people because I too know what it's like to act through these and be blind to them. But love is so clear and it's there for you. Face your fears every single day. The more that you start facing your fears, the less you will have of them. And the less fears you have, the more love you will possess. Not the amount of love that you possess, because we each hold unlimited amounts of love within us at every single moment. But your awareness of how much love you truly are made up of and possess will be awakened. Our fears are what block us from our love. Which is why when we work through our fears and face them, we can see the true love in our fears. Your fears are here to lead you and teach you love. Love is something that we can all want, but love is also something that we can all be scared of. Your fears may feel powerful and like they can control you, but what is so much more powerful than your fears is your love. Face your fears with love. Remember that only you can write your own story. We are each creating and living the story of our lives simultaneously. Other people's lives and what they want to make of your own does not define you. You hold the power of your own life inside your own mind and heart. And other people hold their own lives in their minds and hearts. It is not your job to focus on other people's lives and what they think of yours all the time. Other people can try and think that they have the pen to your story when really it's only contributing to their own story. Remember that you don't need to live in the storylines that other people are creating. Create your own, and remember that you are the author and narrator of your own life story. You get to decide where the chapters go and where the pages lead you. You are the author and not some other person who wants to come in and start ripping the pages apart. If you find other people to be trying to control some aspect of your story, I recommend evaluating this and questioning yourself if these people are truly meant for you. Since you are the only one that can write your story, you can add in characters and remove them whenever you want. You can change your own self and decide to take a leap of faith at any moment. Your story is up to you and not how the story started. No story rarely ever has the same ending as its beginning. Only you have the power to write your story, which should excite you and invigorate you into leading with love and creating your life through passion. Create your life with love so that other people can learn to love in their own lives as well. The more you spread love inside your own story, the less you will realize you care so much about other people's stories, because you will see how important you truly have been to yourself this entire time. You don't need to focus on anyone else's story, because what should be most important to you is your own. You and your story are so important, so continue putting in the love towards yourself and your story. You deserve it. The only hater that matters is if you hate yourself. When you put your own worth and value in the hands of other people who don't even truly love themselves, you are limiting your life. You are limiting your life because your self-love will get you far. Your self-love not only makes your journey more enjoyable and loving, you are able to create new opportunities that are from a place of love. And the universe most definitely loves when people act through love. You limit your self-love when you put this in the hands of other people. Self-care does not look like gossiping and talking about other people's lives. Self-care looks like caring and thinking about your own life for yourself. If you allow other people to define how much self-love you can have and create for yourself, what other people say will have an effect on you. But if you can truly find this sense of self-love within yourself, it won't matter what any amount of people say about you. Work on your self-love so that you don't need to be your own hater. Not placing your worth or value in someone else's opinion. In a previous relationship of mine, I was in so much internal pain that I would rather have stayed with someone who I was questionably in love with and truly were in a very toxic relationship just to avoid confronting myself. I put up with someone who drained me and my energy for a year because I solely did not want to face myself and the pain that I was feeling. I've learned that you can find your value and worth through working through your pain. We find our worth and value by facing our hardships. That is where our worth and value come from. Our worth or value doesn't come from believing we are better than anyone else, or that we have more value and worth than others. We all have the same potential for our worth and value, and creating yours is in your control. You limit how much you can learn about yourself when you put your value and worth in the hands of others, because you are then living through the value and worth that they are living from. This is why learning to become centered and loving inside your own self is so important, because you will be anchored in your own heart and love instead of feeling like your worth and value can be brought down and sunk through other people's negativity. You will be okay and safe when you walk away from anyone that you are putting your own worth and value into. It could seem scary at first because you feel like you're taking away your own worth and value when really you're getting rid of the thing that has been covering up your true worth and value. The only thing that can cover up your true worth and value is you hiding it from yourself and maybe distracting yourself through other means of worth and validation. You deserve to walk away from anyone who is draining these qualities from you. You deserve to give yourself self-respect. And I've learned that self-respect can look like being alone until you are treated right. I used to feel like being alone would be the most miserable thing in the world. And you know what? It was for a little. But then it started to change. And I started to change myself. You will start to value your own presence and energy when you spend more time in it. You will truly value your own self. Where your worth and value are once does not need to be where they always stay. This is a creation of life which is in your power, unless you are giving that power away. The majority of women in our world today have eating disorders or body image issues. So many women go through this alone and feel like there's no one to talk to about it. I went through this alone feeling like there was no one there for me, and I learned how to overcome by myself. I've had body dysmorphia since I was in first grade, and this led to me hiding my body inside of a hoodie for 4 years straight, no matter the weather. I was so ashamed of my body and would have rather died than the thought of me wearing a shirt in front of anyone or even myself. My body image and habits surrounding my health and lifestyle were the main source of my depression. I changed this, and so can you. I learned that health and lifestyle aren't solely exercising and eating. If you truly want to create lasting change, create change in your mind. I used to speak to myself with extreme hate and disgust. Looking back on this, I can see how I was keeping myself at my lows and I was my own demon. I thought I was the ugliest and most disgusting human on this planet. Not only did I speak to myself with so much negativity, but it's what I was putting out into the world and giving to others. If you are someone who is struggling with an eating disorder or negative body image right now and feel like you are alone, I want you to know that I see your true beauty. And I feel you. I see the true beauty inside of you no matter what you eat, if you exercise, or how you're speaking to yourself. It's okay to feel the ways you do, even if those ways are super painful at the moment. And it's okay if you don't see your true beauty yet, because you are getting there. This is a huge journey that you are going on, and it's okay to feel confused or conflicted internally sometimes. You are getting yourself exactly where you need to be, even if sometimes that looks like pain, destruction, or uncontrollability. I didn't always know the way, but I told myself I will. And eventually I did. I found the way out of my own chains, and you can too. Believe in yourself and what you can put yourself through to overcome. If there's any ounce of hope that this can give to you to see some sort of light inside your tunnel, keep a hold of that hope and use it as your guiding light to healing. You have permission to continue hopeful even if you feel horrible about yourself. You aren't alone. Men, women, or anyone who is struggling with body image or eating disorders issues, we have hope. No matter the person you are today or was yesterday or will be tomorrow, you can change. You haven't always been the person you are today, which shows how you can change. I felt as though I needed to hide myself from the world because what was underneath wasn't acceptable. I've learned what's underneath is what is blossoming, and we are supposed to be nurturing. We are meant to take care of ourselves and not destroy our own well-being. Yesterday I was journaling about forgiveness, and here are some really useful breakthroughs that I came up with and would love to share with you all. To truly and genuinely forgive people who have hurt me, I must allow myself the time and space to process the events that have occurred. Jumping straight into forgiveness doesn't work for me, and it wouldn't be authentic or genuine. And when I forgive, I want to be genuine and authentic. To me, forgiveness, and a big piece of forgiveness, is empathy. Forgiveness is also healing and growth. Healing is coming to a place of accepting what has happened. Forgiveness is balance because your emotions are being equalized more. You restore your emotional homeostasis when you are able to forgive. Or rather, when you are ready to forgive, because I don't believe in rushing forgiveness, then it won't be authentic or genuine. To forgive the people who have hurt me means to find in myself what I feel the other person was lacking. Forgiving is knowing that this has always been inside of me and always will be. Everything I need will always be inside of me. To forgive is to overcome and see from a higher perspective. Forgiveness means giving time to yourself to process anything that has happened to you. To forgive the people who have hurt me means that I have risen above their low actions. Forgiveness means I'm reminding myself of the negative life you must be consuming and living for yourself to be causing such negativity in other people's lives. And this is something that I can find sympathy for and empathy for because I want you to be happy with yourself and enjoy your life. But I do not need to be a piece or part of this happiness or life anymore. To forgive the people who have hurt me, I must forgive myself for putting myself through that. Hurt people hurt others, but you can no longer hurt me because I forgive you. Forgiveness does not take one form and can look like many different things, such as walking away, reuniting, crying, or even celebrating. I don't need you to become a better person for me to forgive you, because forgiving you makes me a better person. You are exactly where you need to be. You have been each and every single step of the way. You have not been alone any single step of the way either. Even if you look from side to side and do not see any physical human being, you are never alone. Even if you feel like you only have yourself and you do not count yourself, you are selling yourself short because you are worth so much and your presence is worth so much. You are never alone on this journey. You have been guided every single step of the way, not only by yourself but through yourself. You have the knowledge inside of you and ability which is getting you to exactly where you need to be. All you need to do is continue trusting in yourself and evolving every day and trusting in yourself. You hold all the keys to every door. So I just want anyone who comes across this video to remember how valued they are in this world. You may not see all the people who truly care so much about you, but there are so many people in this world who care so deeply for you and would be there for you on days or times in your life where you feel like there is no one and you're having a difficult time. What goes on in your head may sometimes have blinders to the true light that is here shining on and into for you. The darkness that you may feel sometimes in your life is not definitive of who you are or the life you live. The quality of life you live is dependent upon you and how you choose to create and feel. Our feelings may feel like they're super big and controlling over us, but they aren't, and there are always resources to help us when we feel as though there is nothing in this world that we can do for ourselves. Even if you feel like there's nothing you can do for yourself, reach out to a friend. And if you don't feel like you have a friend to reach out to, my comments are open and they always have been. Part of the reason I started this account is because I wanted to help people who were going through similar things that I have gone through and I have learned from and grown from. So if anyone out there feels like there's no one out there for them, please know that I want to help you and I want you to be able to change your life yourself. Sometimes what we need is someone to let us see that we can change and that we are capable and possible of the amazing things we've always dreamt of inside our heads. No matter what happened to you today, yesterday, or tomorrow, you are an amazing human being and you deserve to feel fully and unconditionally loved by yourself and those around you. You deserve to smile and wake up happy to go and live your life. You are so valued, and if you aren't living the life that you want to be right now, that does not define you in your life. You have the opportunity and chance for change. The opportunity and chance for change is here right now in the present moment, and you have the full strength and capability to do whatever you dare to. I would have never seen myself looking and being at the places I am today years ago, or even months ago. Change can feel like it may not be occurring when you're directly in it, but once time has elapsed and you are consistent and patient with yourself, you will see how much you have changed and the amazing life of change that you have created. We know we're alive because we're changing. Continue changing and evolving, and don't be so scared of your change, because change opens doors, leads us to new heights, and shares us more about ourselves. In my life, I've learned and experienced that you are your own soulmate. There was a period of time in my life where I lost every single friend I had and that I had known for my entire life. This was a really difficult time for me in finding a sense of myself and a place in this world. When you look around and feel like there's no one, it can be hard for you to feel like there's any meaning or purpose. This is why becoming and realizing that you are your own soulmate is so valuable, because you see your own value and worth. When you become your own soulmate, you will not become dependent upon other people. When you realize that you are your own soulmate, you will give yourself the validation you want, just as you would give any other soulmate in this world the validation that they want. I felt as though every single person around me in my life was rejecting me, and I was even rejecting myself. If you're at a place in your life where you feel as though you do not have a sense of self, or you feel as though people in your life are rejecting you and telling you to not be who you are, remind yourself of your soul and how you are your soul and your own soulmate. Losing all of my friends in life taught me how to stand on my own and the strength and individuality. I removed myself from a group of a bunch of people and got to create my own ideals of a person I wanted to be instead of deciding and conforming to a group mentality. There were days and nights where I had no one there besides myself, and this is when realizing that I was my own soulmate became so useful. I was able to give myself the love, care, attention, and validation and acceptance that I truly wanted. And I did not need to get this from anyone else, is what I had learned. I learned that this all comes from within, and all the emotion and validation, acceptance, whatever it is that you may be searching for other people, other soulmates in this world, all of that you can find within yourself because you are your own ultimate soulmate. Other people will leave you hanging or leave you in shambles or whatever it may be for you in your particular situation. You being your own soulmate, though, will always be able to pick yourself up. Think about someone who is loved near and dear in your life, and if you do not have anyone, just make up an imaginary person. This person would do anything to help pick you up because they care and love so much about you. This is how you deserve to treat yourself and see yourself. You are worthy of being your own soulmate and valuing yourself that much. Realizing and becoming your own soulmate puts yourself on a pedestal, which is what you have always truly deserved in your own life. Treat yourself with the same value, respect, love, and importance that you would treat another soulmate. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. Hey guys, I wanted to make a video for anyone who watches my videos or sees my posts about how I do not share my full self on this account. This account is actually a very small part of the human I am and life I live. There is a lot more to me than I have ever posted or shared. And I didn't want a certain impression to come off that this is the only sort of stuff I totally care about in life all the time. I am spreading the message of love from learning about love myself. I mean, love looks like everything. I truly wish love to every single human being, and I'm not speaking at anyone personally or directly, so I hope that you don't take it that way. The way others choose to feel and interpret my content is your right, just like my right is to continue posting. The things I post on here are things that I think about and go on in the world, in my own world, which is why I want to share them. I have really been wanting to share more about my life because my experiences and lessons learned are what have led me to create these videos. My intention is and has been to spread thought, curiosity, change, and emotion. I started this account 2 years ago because I felt as though everyone in my life, or nearly, had shut out my voice. I wanted to find my voice again. And that's why I began. I began for my own self and my growth, and hoped that my evolution could inspire others to evolve themselves. There's a lot more about myself in my life, and I'm really working on ways of sharing that on here. The person I am in day-to-day go action is not always equated to the person you see on here. The person I share on here is one aspect of me. There are many parts to me, and I have been working on trying to share more about who I am, because my life is what has taught me all the stuff I post on here. And to kind of get a true feel for me, who I am, Eliza Guthrie in person, you kind of just have to meet me. And that's why these videos kind of are stuck and keep in this fashion, for the very most part. Anyways, just wanted to share for you guys, anyone out there who sees, watches, and likes. Oh yeah, I just wanted to add that all the truths I share on here are my truths, but I also have other truths in person that you can't see through this because it doesn't work like that. But I work in ways that the screen makes seeming weird. Bye guys. It hurts to try and fully control your life. Trying to force pieces together won't make the puzzle complete or fit. Puzzles definitely take patience, at least the ones with really beautiful pictures and a lot of pieces. A puzzle is just like your life, mine, and any other human being's. We all have a bunch of different pieces to our life. One day could be a piece, but 1 second could also be a piece. The seconds and days that we are each living fit together like a puzzle. Remind yourself how you will not see the full picture of the beautiful puzzle when you are placing the pieces together. We may also be impatient at times and try and fit 2 pieces together that don't and will never fit. But this doesn't stop the evolution or process of the puzzle. It gives you more experience and direction in creating your bigger picture. Things in your life may not always go exactly as you want them to, and trying to force these pieces together won't make them fit. Getting down on yourself and quitting the puzzle is only going to abandon the puzzle and leave it with an unknown ending. Trust in your own acceptance of how the process of putting this puzzle pieces together is going to go. Trust in the piece in front of you and how it is contributing to your full bigger picture. Not knowing exactly how all the pieces are going to fit together and what this beautiful picture is going to be can be scary sometimes, but the universe is asking for you to give your fear to them because they see the big picture and they want you to trust in the bigger picture that is for you. Know that you will be okay even when you don't know exactly what's going to happen to you. Trust in not knowing and trust in what's possible. Instead of trying to completely arrange and control your life, try to enjoy and live your life because that's all the universe truly wants you to do. The pieces of your puzzle will perfectly fit along the way. Trust in the puzzle-making process and remind yourself the strength of a person it takes to complete a big piece puzzle. You don't have to become a negative, hateful person in this world because of what you have experienced in this life. What you have experienced in this life has the potential to build you up into the best, highest version of yourself that you have always envisioned ever since you have been a young kid. When you were a young kid, think about the type of person you wanted to be. I'm sure you didn't want to be a person who went out into the world and wanted to destroy everything and everyone. When you were a little kid, you wanted to go explore, have fun, and really just be the most happy version of yourself that you can. When you were a little kid, what made you happy wasn't going around and telling people what was wrong with them. When you were a little kid, what made you happy was going around and spreading the love, no matter what that looked like or to who and for what reasons. When you were a little kid, you wanted to love just because it came to you so naturally and easily. When we are little kids, we have experienced less of the trauma that we have when we are older because of the time that has elapsed in our life. Therefore, we are more joyful in this world and we carry ourselves with a lighter attitude in this world. Our traumas make us denser human beings and darken our mind to all the light that is truly there shining deep down inside of our hearts. All the trauma gets built up on top of us, but this does not mean that you are stuck being a negative, dark, dense person your entire life. You can, instead of running away from these, turn your back and confront all the trauma that has been there and that follows you everywhere you go. When you decide to confront this, you start to shave away the pieces of you that are not acting through your highest, most loving version of yourself that has been created through this trauma you let linger and build up inside of you. There's no shame in the things that have happened to you, and there's no shame for the person they have created you to be in this world today. You always have the opportunity every single day, every single second of every day, to change who you are and to start becoming a better person and to start reflecting on yourself and what has gotten you so far away from this younger version of you who was so happy in this world and just wanted to see other people happy. That's all you wanted. No matter what other people were doing, what they were saying, you wanted to see them smile and happy because you were having a good time yourself, being a person on this planet, realizing that there is so much to be grateful for and so much to love just to be here. There is so much value in being a human being, and there's so much value inside looking inside at yourself and what has maybe created the person you are today. You have created the person you are today, and you will be creating the person you are tomorrow. The things that happen to you in your life do not create who you are. You decide and create who you are. You may learn a lot from the things that have happened to you, but they do not define you. What defines you is how you respond and what type of person you become through the things you have experienced. I was just walking home from the ATM and I noticed this older man pointing his camera at me, and I felt like he was filming or taking pictures of me, but I wasn't so sure. So I continued walking closer to him and I moved across the street, and I saw that he was trying to kind of hide that he was still filming and taking pictures of me. And I wanted to kind of scare him and not let him get by with this, so I screamed across the street really loud at him, and I was like, "Put your camera somewhere else!" And he kind of froze. I think I did scare him, and he froze for a second, and he was like, "Why would I take pictures of you?" He was like hella quiet and shaky. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. Well, what I learned from this is to stand up for yourself, because it's always great to stand up for yourself when you think that someone is taking advantage of you or doing something that you aren't okay with them doing to you. And I learned that standing up for yourself makes you feel so empowered in yourself. You realize that you are so powerful and that you have so much control over the person that you want to create in this world. And by sticking up for yourself, you are creating a stronger person who has more confidence in themselves, and you won't tolerate so much disrespect because you know your worth and you know what you will tolerate and what you will not. And you will stand up for yourself when you are not being treated and respected as you truly know you should be. What I learned is that you will feel so powerful in standing in your power. And that is exactly what I did. I stood in my power and I told that guy what was up, and I definitely scared him. So if that's a hobby, that's definitely my new hobby, yelling at old men. So yeah. Life hack: if you're trying to be a more positive person, start replacing the word weird with the word cool. We as humans have given the word weird a negative connotation, when being weird is not something that should make you feel like you are less worthy of anything. People label things as weird because they are different or stick out from the status quo. Things that are weird invoke change. Things that are weird are actually cool. It's just that we as society have been programmed into believing that certain things are weird so that we stay away from them, and it creates fear inside the minds of people so that they stay inside their own limitations. I truly don't believe that anything is really weird. Even though I do catch myself using the word sometimes, I am now going to continue working on removing this word from speaking it out into existence and not labeling things as weird and saying that things are cool more. Because just because you may be seeing something from a perspective as it being weird does not mean that someone else doesn't love it and it doesn't make someone else happy and fulfilled. I used to not think for myself, therefore I was not living for myself. I found myself desiring other people's acceptance and validation. This led me into thinking and therefore believing that I am not enough. I wasn't thinking for myself because I was so entrapped in the minds of others and what I thought they wanted me to be. Instead of not caring about these other people's opinions and focusing on what I truly want for me and myself in my life. The entire world may not revolve around you, but your entire world revolves around you. Stop focusing on other people's lives and putting your value in the hands of others. I don't give a fuck what so-and-so thinks or says. I care about what I think and say. All that truly matters is what you think of yourself in your life, in your own mind, and if your own mind is being controlled by other people's validation and acceptance, you should ask yourself why you're doing this and try to work on recentering yourself in your own heart and refocusing your own energy on what you truly want and your truest desires in life and not what other people around you expect of you. What the people around you may expect from you may be something that they know will be limiting you because they don't want to see you rise higher than them. A lot of the time when you aren't thinking for yourself, you are in a group or section of people in life who do not want to up-level themselves to the highest degree that they know they can. Start using your own mind instead of your mind through the lens of other people's validation and acceptance. Start using your own mind to exert your full potential and power. You give away your personal power when you act through acceptance and validation from others. The most powerful thing a person can do is do it for themselves. So whatever it may be that you really want to do for yourself, do it. And ask yourself what you would do if no one ever saw, found out, or knew. And what truly calls you in your heart. Think for yourself and don't be thinking for the people who want to control you. Stop being controlled by the people around you and start taking control of your own mind because you can. The whole concept of being embarrassed or awkward in life limits you and your possibilities. These are feelings that society has programmed into you because you are not aligning with society's ideals. You do not need to be in alignment and parallel to society's ideals to live a fulfilled, happy life. And in fact, you will feel like a much freer human being when you do not conform to society. You will realize that you make the rules of your life and you do not need to follow the rules of society to live a happy, sustainable life. In fact, being awkward and embarrassing frees you. Being or doing things that are deemed as awkward or embarrassing by society break you out of society and enable you to do more things that take you out of your comfort zone, and you realize that this comfort zone you have been limiting yourself in has been limiting you in your life. If a concept is something that's holding you back from truly reaching and striving for what you truly want to be doing in life, I highly recommend that you begin to break out of this limiting space and go do something embarrassing, go do something awkward, and see how afterwards you are completely fine, and you may even feel better after or freer because you realize that you're alive, you're breathing, you're okay, and everything was fine. And anyone who chooses to judge you for doing things that they perceive as awkward or embarrassing are solely only stuck in their own limitations because they do not have the freedom to go and feel awkward themselves because they want to conform to a certain mask that their traumas and society feeds to them. Break through your masks and share your soul by being the freak, crazy person that you are in this world. You never have to feel awkward or embarrassed as long as that's not what you feel in your heart. Anyone around you could feel that way, and honestly, I feel worse for them because that's just secondhand embarrassment in their own body. Instead of me being over here, for example, being happy and unconditionally loving. So go be awkward. Go do things that embarrass you to really stretch your abilities in this world. And the more that you open up and stretch your range of what you are comfortable doing in this world, you will begin to see how impactful breaking out of your comfort zone is, because you would have never found things that change your life and positively make impacts in your life if you were to have remained in this comfort zone. Go do things that scare you and see that you are more than these feelings. Show yourself that you control your life. No matter what anyone ever says about you, you are so important and lovable. You are loved. Know this and know that no matter how many people or whatever they're saying, you are important and what you are doing is amazing. Even if people call you embarrassing or awkward, you know what you're doing, and that's the most important thing. It's not my flaw that you're pointing out. It's you exposing your own insecurity. If you're going through changes right now in life, whatever they may be, voluntary or involuntary, remind yourself that the changes in life and the changes we want to create in our life do not happen overnight. At least most of the time, they don't happen overnight. And when change occurs, change is a continuous everyday process. Change does not happen overnight. Change happens every day. This is a quote that came into my head because if you want to see big changes in your life, you're going to have to start making gradual shifts to create this bigger change in your life. People may not see the huge changes that appear overnight in your life because the changes that appear overnight aren't actually overnight, and they require a lot of consistency within you and your own self that a lot of the time people don't see. You may not get recognition for all the change you're putting in initially, but that is not a reason for you to give up and to think it's a mistake for continuing on the path of positive changes. I'm someone who has created a lot of change in my own life, and I remind myself each step of the way, each day that I take making changes, that each day counts, and each day is a stair added to me reaching the change that I truly desire. And change is kind of like a hump or like a dam kind of, and when you continue working up and changing and changing and changing and showing action of change, there will be a time eventually when you get over that hump and have officially made the change in your life. That doesn't mean that you won't have to continue to work to maintain the change that you have created, but you will see how change is every day and how it's not overnight. Think of ideas. There are no limits, guidelines, or parameters for you to follow when you are using your creative energy. Ideas don't have law, and they aren't made to have law. They are meant to bend the rules to create new, evolved versions of humanity. Remind yourself that our thoughts don't have a law, they need to be followed. Your freeing ideas are leading your mind to freer places and levels of consciousness. Remind yourself that there does not have to be a rhyme or reason for you to create an idea. Also remind yourself that there doesn't have to be another person for you to tell this idea to get their opinion or feedback. Get crazy with your ideas, but not too crazy where you're endangering yourself and others. Your ideas allow you to upgrade your own mind. The ideas that life brings and creates begins with you and me. We all together co-create the entire universe, which I think is a beautiful thing. Spread your inner beauty and remember that the impact you create matters and you matter. Spreading and seeing more love in the world heals us all in unimaginable ways. Each of our ideas spark creation and innovation for one another. Hey guys, not too much of a beauty filtered gal, so I'm coming at you from this monster mask, but who doesn't like a little Halloween action? So anyways, my message to you is that when you begin to speak your truth into the world, this will inevitably make people uncomfortable because they will be hitting the points in their own heart where they are not expressing their own truth, or where they may not even be consciously aware of their own truths and how they are hurting themselves blindly. But it does not affect you and your own ability to continue creating and inhabiting, living, existing, being your truth, speaking your truth and expressing your truth into the world. Other people's lies do not. This face is scary. I really don't
like this, but I'm gonna keep going. Other people's truths do not have to be your truth, so just continue living in your truth and know that all the pieces of your life will play out exactly perfectly, because board games are fun and they're a nice family game for everyone. Family game night, guys. Humanity. So let's continue discovering our truths, people, and accepting our truths, whatever they may be, because sometimes our truths are things that we want to hide from the world because our truths hurt us and they can make us feel shameful about who we are, and they can make us shame being human beings, when this is no way for a human being to truly inhabit their own body and soul. Because what is a way for a human being to live is not through shame. A way for a human being to live is through love and acceptance and movement. If you ever feel shame or stuck and stagnant, get your fine booty up out of whatever seat you're doing and go do some movement. Get your body moving, get your blood flowing, and get your heart and mind and organs showing that you are ready for some movement and you don't just want to stay the exact same. And you will be shown that your life can change. You will be brought new ideas, new feelings, new thoughts when you go out and show yourself that you want some movement. This is your truth. You are love, and that is your truth. So continue going to live that and express that into the world, because anyone who tries to make you believe that that is not who and what you are is not expressing their truth to the fullest extent that they can. You and I both know, probably some of you out there that hate, that human beings act through the amount of conscious awareness that they are aware of up top, up here. And for people who are living through many of their unhealed insecurities, traumas, and fears, will only be able to be perceiving and living through their experiences in that level of conscious awareness. I hope you can take me seriously with my head like this, but which is why we should be so patient with human beings, because this is all they perceive things through. And you may be acting through a healed heart space, but people could still be perceiving you through their unhealed traumas, which is why it's very important for you to be patient with your own healing and other people's healing, because altogether we are one big healing heart. And you must remember this, to be patient in your own healing process. Basically, remember that your first initial interpretation may not be a person's actual intention, and it could be you seeing through different screens that you could break through if you were to actually have a real conversation with this person, instead of it being a interaction that there isn't actual communication in. Make sure that if you are acting through your traumas, if you ask yourself, and if you can actually take a step back and be like, yo, I'm actually fucking insecure, and like I was kind of projecting that onto someone. I don't know about you, but like that's some BDE, and I can do that for myself. And I hope everyone out there learns to do it for themselves, because it's super healing and you gain so much more confidence and power that way, because you take your power back by realizing how you were being powerless and giving it away to your fears. People may find themselves unhappy in their own life because they are chasing money to an extent which is taking away from their own natural states of happiness, joy, and fortune that they are given as their right of being a human being and being born on this planet. Chasing money and having excess amounts of certain things for certain negative self-imposed reasons can lead people to feeling unsatisfied and not like they are doing everything that they want to be in this world and in their own life, because they are busy looking for things and chasing things that they think will give them some sort of importance and worth and sense of fortune, when being human and alive is being fortunate enough. And think about all the things that you are truly fortunate of doing, because you are so amazing and you are so worthy.
Money comes from you being an amazing human being on this planet and developing your own sense of life and money and perspectives in these amazing, crazy world that we all know and experience every day. Remembering the fortune that is found within inside of you that money can't ever be or replicate or create the same effect for you in your life. Being able to go within and find your internal sense of fortune will expand you and your internal pockets much more. Let me tell you that. Also, not trying to say that money isn't important and say frick that and go live your life in dangerous, irresponsible ways that can not be good for you and your financial stability in life, but you should also remember the other side of life, that not everything costs a piece of paper that people have given the power to. Remember all the power within you and yourself, and money will not seem to have as much effect or power over you or control over you. Money is always here for you and every single one of us. You are a worthy human being, which makes you worthy enough no matter what you say, do, think, be. You are worthy of your own doses of fortune. Find it within, you will receive it without. Within you. It's all within you.
So when is it time that you're going to get it through your head that it doesn't matter what other people think or say about you? The only weight and importance that these opinions and perspectives have is the ones that you give them, and the power that you are giving away to these lenses and perspectives and opinions of other people is coming straight from you and your own heart and your own energy, which is why it's so important for you to love yourself and learn to love and accept yourself, because when you are taking away your own love and acceptance and putting your own fear into other people's fear of invalidation and insecurity, this is a lose-lose situation for just about everyone, which is why it's so important for you to put the love into yourself and start winning inside yourself so that you can truly bring others up and have everyone be a winning team of human beings. Life is honestly so big chillin'. You just have to decide to be big chillin' for yourself. Right now, watch. I'm at this bus stop and I'm deciding to be big chillin'. I'm deciding that my life and my day is going to be amazing, and I'm going to feel that way because this is an amazing world that we live in with amazing people, places, and things. There are so many incredible opportunities for each and every single one of us every single day that we tend to shy away from or really not even put ourselves out there for, because of so many reasons that this world tells us that we shouldn't put ourselves out there and that we aren't enough for putting ourselves out there and daring to dream what we truly want to do. But that is why I continue to stay big chillin', because I know that I can continue to be the person I want to be without fear of other people telling me who I am, because I know that these other people don't know who I am, and when people try to tell you who you are, it's because they simply feel a lack of identity in their own sense of identity. Okay guys, the bus is here, but have a blessed day, and I will talk to you all later soon. See guys, I'm on the bus. My environment looks a little different, but my heart still stays the same, and I'm still going to continue to be chilling. Not because I'm in such a different place, my life is so different now. No, I control how I feel. I control that I'm going to be big chilling and loving my life still. You should do the same. Hey guys. Not too sure if you can hear me, but I'm on the bus stop this fine morning, riding the bus, going to the bus stop. Life is a highway, so continue riding it and don't throw trash on the highway. The freeway monsters will get you, and you'll pay. If the police don't get you for a fine, am I right? You will never know if I'm serious or not. But you, baby girl, I could never make a joke. I love taking jokes and I love laughing at myself. So if you wanna make an edit of me ever, just send it to me please. I will laugh. Please. Hey guys, I'm coming at you walking to the bus stop backwards today. Not my first time doing this, but my message is to not rush your process and progress, because this will affect your results and outcome. Not in a scary way that you should fear going out and acting and being the amazing person you are in this world, but you should not try to rush your process or progress, because your results will depend upon the process and progress that you put into your life. And when you are able to slow down and enjoy your process and progress more, you will see the simple, smaller things in life and how they contribute to your bigger, loving life. And when you are able to slow down and see things a little slower, you won't be so caught up in the end result and in where you will be from a year or 2 years or 10 years from now. You will be happy with where you are today, and you will be seeing how today is making where you will be in 10, 25 years from now. When you begin to enjoy right here, right now, today a little more, you will be enjoying tomorrow and your future more as well. Start living your life exactly how you want to right now, and continue doing that consistently. Pick yourself back up each day, doing what makes you feel better, and you will see how much your life changes. I gotta run to catch the bus. As you begin to give yourself the attention and time that you truly deserve, you will notice how you stop begging other people for attention out of insecurity. When you don't give yourself the attention and time that you truly deserve for your own well-being, you are disregarding your own self-love. You are neglecting your own self and your self-love. And in fact, this can lead to many other forms of self-sabotage. Chasing other people's validation leads to a shallow level of your own self-love and acceptance. Chasing for external validation and running away from your own internal validation conceals any of the trauma, fear, rejection, whatever it is for you that you have inside. I used to feel insecure doing things on my own and feeling like I need someone by my side to make myself feel worthy or important in A, B, C, or D situation. Now I do practically everything on my own, and I'm very independent. This is because I have gone inward and given myself the attention and love that I know I truly deserve, and I do not search from it for anyone. Another example I have is that you don't need to have someone like your Instagram post that you look up to feel like your post or you are worthy enough. You being yourself and being as amazing and beautiful as you are is enough just as you are, and you are so beautiful to share whatever you want online, and you don't need someone else to give you a like to validate your existence. What should validate your existence is your own heart and your own happiness and joy to be alive. These are just examples, but to heal this part of yourself, you must go inward. You must dare to go inward and be brave and courageous enough to explore the depths of your darkness. To begin healing your darkness, you must start by feeling your darkness. And once you begin to start feeling your darkness, you notice all your fear beginning to dissolve, because you are becoming more safe inside this darkness, and you are seeing how the fear is truly an illusion and there has always been love at the core. You can begin to see and feel the safety that is fear. Your fear and ego begin to dissolve, and your own beautiful soul of unconditional love shines through.